次って何？私って何？もぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅぎゅもぎゅ。最高の褒め方だよ、つなぎ。もぎゅ。
ちょっとわかったよ。足くらいなら。もぎゅも
ぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅ
つむぎ。
あれはウミネコ。
海ちゃん、これは？
港でもらった素材を生かしたカニチャーハン。
いや、
ユーアーロリコン。
お前たちも留守番か。
ハイリ君、ハイリ君、ハイリ君。
うん。
ハイリ君。もうどこに行ってたのよ。
雫。
白羽。やったな。我々の勝利だ。ブイ。好きだけどまだ言えないよ。兄さんがいなくならないって証明して。代償もなく願いを叶えられることなんてありえない。いずれ去る時に必ず言霊で心をねじ曲げることになる。あなたは今何色ですか？知らない。
All right, it's April 4 in some places. It's still April 3 for me. Maybe in 2 hours it's April 4, but like yeah. Oh yeah, so we're reading Niijima Yuu work. What? I thought you were going to get started with Romi's route. It's fine. It's the same VN. It's the same VN. It's Kaome's birthday, so I'm just gonna read some Kaome's route. But your copy of Niradori is gonna be delayed again. Bro, just looking at the CY, it really feels like it loaded the same game. Oh man. He was probably working an Ikome at the same time as Summer Pockets. Everything feels the same. It feels like I'm reading the same thing. Anyway, let's get started. We're gonna skip the intro stuff. Oni-chan. Ohayo.
おはよ
What's where Asa going today? Honey? There was a Kani. Where's that?
もう言うと
No. Oh, we're close to that.
白羽
海ち
Oh,
ゃ
it's
ん
literally this.
これは
港でもらった
Man. It was still moving. Oh, at least the one in the anime is dead.
カニチャーハン
Kani-chan. Kani-chan. There was something else I forgot.
とでも
Which one? Oh, there. There you go.
カニですよ
All right. That's right. Atari. Yeah, that's straight up Kani. It's still alive, you know.
港でもらったでも下ごしらえむずい
Nobody prepares Kani while it's still alive.
うーん
What are you talking about? Straight up had a sushi set make sashimi out of Kani. It was just moving a few seconds ago.
どうぞ
Huh? Dosa with what?
素材を生かしたカニチャーハン
Kani-chan. Again, that's just straight up Kani.
あら、大きなカニね。
We're not sure how to eat it.
そのままでいいんじゃない？
As is.
あ
Umi-chan ran back into the kitchen as if she suddenly remembered something. She then came running back with a pair of scissors.
危ないから私がやるわね。
Huh? What are you going to do?
え
Yeah! Good God, she cut the Kani up while it was still alive.
あとは焼くだけ
朝から豪華になったわね。
Island-style breakfast is absolutely nuts. And so on the table in front of me was a plate of coal. あれって
カニ
加藤家はね、料理が苦手なのよ。
Does just grilling something still count as cooking?
でも中の方はまだちょっと白いから食べられそうよ。
ごちそうさまでした. It ended up being a fairly difficult asagohan. Is my mic very sensitive right now? What the fuck? After asagohan, Kyoko-san headed straight for the shed. Umi-chan let the go play. I guess I should head over to the shed too. Kyoko-san, I'm here to help.
蔵の方はまだいいわ。
I think we missed out in the anime for this sort of thing. And shot down.
もう少しいるものといらないものを分けなきゃいけないし、
Soka.
せっかくだし鳥城島を楽しんでおいて。都会と違うところがたくさんあって
I suppose I'll take you up on that offer then. My assistance has been denied. She's probably trying. Wait a second. Did I set on my. Oh, weird feeling. Okay, no, it's fine. She's probably trying to be considerate. Well, I guess there's still plenty of places I haven't been to yet. That and wandering it is. So for the morning, we go to Kamome.
やっほー入り
Huh? I need an oddly goofy voice anywhere. I turned and saw Kamome trotting up to me, her long hair fluttering in the wind. Shina. Kamome. Mate. She was dragging the same suitcase behind her.
よ
Yo. Heading home?
帰らないよなんで
I just figured. What with the suitcase?
これはいつも引いてるの
Doshite? Isn't it takai?
そうでもないよ
Wait, I used big instead of like heavy. What the heck is in there? What would you need to have on you all times that only fit inside a suitcase? The answer eluded me.
いろいろ
I gave the suitcase a couple light taps. It echoed, as if it were hollow. Maybe it wasn't as packed full as I imagined. What does iroiro mean?
いろいろですせ
I heard a strange voice coming through the suitcase. You know what? Considering what we know about Kamame, I am not surprised that is literally like a voice coming in from like that's literally a projection, you know. Speaking of projections, I like the previous route in Aikome, by the way. I took a couple steps back. What in the world is in that thing?
秘密ですせ
I gave it a few more taps. Nothing happened. Wait, no. It was shaking slightly this time. Did she stuff an animal in that thing? Hey, so the suitcase, what's in it?
ねこっちこっち耳貸して
I'd like to keep my ears. Stop beating around the bush. What's in that thing?
それはね
Huh?
それは
Uh-huh.
教えてあげないよじゃんイラッとしないでよ
This girl drives me up a wall. Well, I'm leaving. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing, I suppose.
帰っちゃうの
I got my own stuff to take care of.
用事って
My wandering schedule's jam-packed.
何もないじゃない
Okay, fine. Then what important business are you getting up to? Sightseeing?
まあそんなところ昔この島に来たことがあるから久しぶりに遊びに来たの
Huh? How long ago?
結構昔だよ
But how long specifically?
私がこのスーツケースぐらいの大きさだったから
Huh. Yeah, that counts as pretty long ago, I suppose. Must have been when she was in elementary school. Enjoying the memories?
とても
I get a nostalgic vibe from this place too, for whatever reason.
来たことがあるんじゃないの
Nope, definitely not.
忘れてるだけかも
I just forgot. Was it that simple? Macha lived here, so maybe I came as a kid and I just didn't remember. Well, I guess it's possible I visited when I was too young to remember. I really couldn't say one way or the other. I don't think I did, at least. If I had, Okasan surely would have mentioned it.
そう
We never went on many vacations in general. One of my parents worked full-time, while Tosan especially has trouble getting time off. Of course, I never thought about that stuff as a child. Was I ever jealous of friends who got on to go on trips?
じゃあハイリは子供の頃夏休みは何して過ごしてたの
Natsuyasumi. I squinted at the sunlight, as if I was straining to peer back into the past. You know, that's not a bad question. I went to the koen, played with friends. I also took lessons. What kind of lessons? Swimming lessons, I guess? And sometimes went on day trips with my parents. I don't really remember the details. I guess I spent them no different than anyone else.
そっか
Did you say you used to live around here? Meet any familiar faces?
住んでたわけじゃないよ夏の間に滞在してただけ普通の学校通ってたわけじゃないから
Just for the summer?
夏休みにね全国から子供を集めてサマーキャンプが開かれてたんだよひと夏の合宿だねそれに参加してたの
Sounds neat. And you followed your memories back here.
そんなところかなハイリは何をしに来たの
What? How do I respond to this?
当ててあげようか
Oh?
冒険
Check out.
あれ違った
What kind of bulkin would you find in an island this small?
それはどうかな。こっち。
Hmm? By the way, since I'm still using the fan translation, I'm not using the official version. I wonder how the translations go. Like, is it better? Is it worse? I don't know. I feel like the fan translation has soul, at least. But I don't know about like I don't know the difference between the two. I should load up the official version just to compare. But yeah.
こっち来て。
What? Where are we going?
だから冒険に行くんだよ。
Huh?
こっちこっち。
What now? Whatever. I followed after her. Hula? Are we gonna swim?
こっちだよ。
Kamui climbed onto the wire fence surrounding the pool. Once on the top, she reached out and grabbed the roof of the neighboring school building. Oi! What are you? Before I could finish my sentence, she was already on top of the roof.
ケース取って。
It's coming along? Kyotsukete. I heaved it up to her. It was actually lighter than I expected.
ありがとう。入りも来なよ。
I had no idea what she was up to. However, my manhood wouldn't allow me to let her show me up physically. Like Kamame had done prior, I used the fence to hoist myself up.
来たね。
By the way, I like the anime edition there. You gotta watch this scene. Talk about the design flaw. Kids would definitely climb something like this.
それ鋭い。
Huh?
それじゃあ次はこっちだよ。
Oi! She pulled her suitcase along as she sundered it across the roof. Now, this was surreal. Mate! Come on! 危ないよ.
大丈夫大丈夫。こっちこっち。
Where exactly are we going?
すぐそこだよ。この中。
Kamame opened a window, just jutting out from the roof. Then she ducked and slipped inside. Hey, is it really alright for us to just waltz in here?
いいのいいの。到着。
Where it was some kind of storage attic. The moment I entered, a very peculiar smell invaded my nostrils. It was kind of dusty, or maybe damp. The scent of some long forgotten memories. It wasn't a bad one. Globes, lab equipment, and old dictionaries lay scattered, emphasizing the muted atmosphere. Several antiques were modestly displayed to the side. Unlike the shed at Kyoko-san's, everything gave off a neat sense of uniformity, maybe due to the fact that this was technically a school. A hack of the dust floating about the air. But the messiness served as a testimony to the existence of untouched treasures, frozen in time. Kamame seemed to be searching for something and ducked into the back of some closet.
あった
Hmm?
よかった。まだあったんだ。
She pulled something out. A flag?
そ
What's it doing in a place like this?
う。10年前、ここに隠しておいたの。それが、そのまま残ってた。
What's its story?
友達とね、夏の終わりに、ここに登ったの。それで、旗を立てたんだ。いつか、また集まる時のための目印に。
Wow. Is that a drawing of a neko?
ヒゲ猫。
Higeneko.
私たちのチームの旗だよ。
Team? Like a group of friends?
そうだね。あの夏に、私たちは、この旗を持って冒険に出かけたの。
The same one, huh?
それで、旗と一緒に、秘密を隠しておいたの。
She passed me an old, worn-out notebook. I opened it. The secret of the island? That's inside this chest? Looks locked pretty tight. And there were 4 tiny locks hanging on the front of the chest. Should we break them?
こらこら。
What? What did you find? What's the secret of the island supposed to be? Kamame didn't answer.
ごめんね。
A secret's a secret, I guess. Probably between friends. She looked toward the sea.
見て。いい眺めだよ。
We gazed at the scenery outside the window. The school was perched on top of a small hill. From the rooftop, we could see all the way to the ocean. It felt oddly refreshing. I came from the other side of all that water. Kamame stared out with me, quietly, affectionately, as if her mind were racing with thoughts of the past.
今日は付き合ってくれてありがと
I actually like what they did in the anime for that scene because, you know, the Maeda soundtrack started playing there. And it was a really good, like, I felt like there were a lot of parts of Kamame's route in the anime was improved a bit. Maybe not a bit. Like this part, like a lot of things just, you know, they were described, but in the anime you get to see them happen. I think of all the 4 routes in the fucking anime, I think Kame had the best adaptation of them all. But it wasn't the best though, but like it started out really good. Anyway, no problem.
う。楽しかった？
Huh? Yeah, I guess it was. Even though it was a bit modest, as far as adventures went. Up the pool fence, atop the elementary school roof, into the attic, we found the treasure Kamame had hidden in her childhood. What can I say? It was kinda exciting. It was a Balkan indeed. I studied Kamame with an amused look on my face. And Hiradachi was one of those prim, high-class types. Goopball was more of an apt description. Huh?
暇ならまた一緒に遊ぼうね。
I think of all the 4... I think of all the route girls, the original 4 at least, she's the only one who had, like, at day 1, if you decide to hang out with her, you get a special CG, and it was like, and it really had a good build-up. Like, there was something awesome about this route, you know, you gotta check it out. I really do think Kama is the best for the first route to look into if you want to get into the whole Summer Pockets thing. So, yeah, it's a good thing the anime also thought the same way about it. Anyway. Sure.
今度はね、もっととっておきの冒険に連れてってあげるよ。
And with this whole, like, and with her, like, inviting you like this, now. The best darn one, huh? She flashed a peace sign at me. Vey. Chill wasn't in her vocabulary, was it? I knew she was just playing around, but it still couldn't help getting my hopes up a bit. Man, am I right? All it takes is the word Balkan to win them over.
それじゃあ。
Bye-bye. Kame set off, her suitcase clattering along behind her. And then immediately stopped. She turned around with the saddest puppy dog face the world has ever seen.
疲れた。
Huh?
これ引きながら帰るのはちょっと難しそう。
Then leave it.
それは困る。ということで。
She hopped into the suitcase, then started kicking her legs like an annoying kid.
押していって。お手間をかけます。
You better be. ところで、where am I pushing you to?
港。
Minato? Catching a ferry?
そんなところ。
Were you not staying in the island?
してるようなしてないような。
I actually wonder what she does when she's not seeing if she's not with Hairi. I mean, we know that she's just basically a suitcase in a fucking. Oh yeah, obviously this is a spoiler. Spoiler stream. She's just a suitcase with a notebook and astral projecting from Finland. Anyway, yeah, you know what? The thing they mentioned in Alchemy, holy shit! Yeah, I felt like that was like a kind of like a jab, kind of like a jab at Conway or something. Anyway, yeah, but where does she go? Like, what does she do? Does she just stop? You know what I mean? I don't know. What does an astral projecting ghost do when it's not with Hyrie? Like, is she literally wandering around? I think she does, but like, huh. Anyway, why do you always have to be so vain?
いいじゃない。
Whatever you say. This girl was full of mysteries, like her suitcase for one.
ハイリはどこに住んでるの？
The Kato house in the residential district over there.
じゃあ逆方向だったね。悪かったかな。
Now you feel apologetic? It's whatever. I don't have anything better to do anyway.
優しいんだね。
Sana.
ハイリいついいやつ。
Huh? Damn, she good at that. We reached the Minato, where Kawaman thanked me before leaving. And then choose Umi-chan. Or we could just go to the temple or something, shrine, so we could just... I don't have to choose Umi. I'm able to wait. I'm just gonna skip this. I'm just gonna skip this, man. Oh, man, I overskip. Wait. We can go back. Okay. Tadaima!
おかえり。
Hmm? What's that you got?
カップうどん。今日のお夕飯。美味しいよね。
Umi-chan. I looked at her bright smile. Something about it made my chest tighten. We had cup udon for dinner. Kyoko-san's #1 most recommended dish. Taste was of no concern, but I couldn't help but worry about our nutrition instead.
美味しいね。
One day, I will become a guy who can cook. Hyrie cooks so hard, man. I should have did a lot of walking today. And I still haven't helped out with the shed even once. Now this is Natsuyasumi. Time for bed. The chirping of the insects calmed my mind. As I drifted off to sleep, the island's summer seeped into me. Is that the sound of the waves I hear? Were we always this close to the Umi? Well, I guess it is an island, surrounded by the Umi. Yet the sound, it feels so far off, so familiar. Ohayo.
おはよ
I looked at the dining table. Uni?
う。どうやったらチャーハンにできる？
Does it really have to be chahan? It might be a little bit too difficult to prepare.
難しい。かわいいから。
What's that?
ウニ、かわいい。
Saraya, a unique opinion. The Uni wiggled their spikes as if they heard her.
ウニ、かわいい。
Demo. They taste oishi. Don't you think? Don't look at me like that's some controversial opinion. What should we do about Asagon?
カップうどんまだ残ってるの。
That'll do. Asagon was yet another unhealthy ordeal. Umi-chan's out to play again, I bet. I should go somewhere too. Obviously, we choose Kaome. Honey? I almost thought I spotted a tourist, but it was just Kamome. With that same old suitcase. What's she up to? She was glaring into her notebook with murder in her eyes. Yo!
ハイリ
She stared with me with a mischievous grin.
ー。来たね。
She winked.
この子のおいでなすったな。
Okay. I was kind of a loss for words. What do you want from me here? So, what the heck are you talking about?
またまた済ましちゃって。とっておきの冒険に釣られてやってきたんだね。
Huh. Gomen, what exactly are you talking about?
あれこの前会った時言ったじゃない。次はもっととっておきの冒険に案内するよって。
Ah. I kind of sort of maybe remember that. But then again.
おぼろげ要するに覚えてないと。
Stuff like that goes in one ear and then right out the other for me.
じゃあなんで会いに来たの？冒険目当てって言っちゃいなよ、この子の。
It's not so much that I came here per se. More like it was just passing through.
そんな。待ってましたと言わんばかりにノリノリで声をかけた私が若干恥ずかしい。
To be honest, I would be too. So, what were you doing?
だからとっておきの冒険は恥ずかしいよ。
Then stop saying it. I had a pretty good idea what this Kushina Kalana girl was up to at this point. She was probably looking for a bit of that bulkhead stuff to relieve the memories of her childhood. And that's no fun by yourself. So she was lying in wait for an unsuspecting victim, which was where I just so happened to come in. Frankly, I wasn't entirely uninterested. So, what's the details of this bulkhead?
これ
Kore. This is what you hid in the elementary school, isn't it? The notebook we found stashed along with a little treasure chest.
そうだよ。
It was leather bound and rather rolled. The edges of its pages had already begun to yellow. Inside, 4 sentences were scrawled. Dore dore. In the heavenly castle where the eagle lives. In the companionway amongst the ocean gods. In the gates of hell where the watchdog sleeps. In the desert to which the basilisk retreat. What the heck does all this mean? Each seemed to indicate a location. What could they be? The city holding some scavenger hunt or something.
目
What?
めっちゃ違うの目。
Then what is all this?
鍵のありかを記したメモ。みんなと別れるときにそれぞれ鍵を隠して、それをヒントにして残したの。
Keys for what?
待ってね。
She laid her suitcase on the ground. Hmm?
ほら、見ないでよ。
She quickly blocked my view with her back. Yes, ma'am.
じゃ
Hey, this is the chest we found in the attic. She brought it with her, huh? The one with the island secret in it.
ーん。私たちが見つけた島の秘密。それをこの宝箱に隠したの。それでみんなで鍵をつけたんだよ。
There sure are a lot of locks in that thing. Or apparently.
そう。私たちは5人だったから。
And you each stashed away a kaki. But there are only 4 locks. One's missing.
リーダーの私は隠してないから、それで4つだね。 私はこのメモを持ってる役目だったから。
I was surprised that you were the leader. Not that you didn't hide a kagi.
いいじゃない。
Who were the members? A dog and a pheasant, and maybe a monkey, Miss Momotaro?
ね
What are you now?
怒ったの？ちゃんとしたチームのリーダーだよ。
I couldn't picture it. Whatever you say. So, once we gather all the Kagi, we'll be able to open up that chest.
そうだよ。
And the secret of the island is inside. What even is it?
ちょいちょい。
I leaned in. So?
それはね、
Huh?
教えてあげないよ。怒った。
No, I'm not.
でもいろって言った。
Maybe.
でも手伝ってくれるならちょっとは教えてあげてもいいかも。
What does lending you a hand entail? Pushing around in the suitcase?
それもだけど、さっきのメモの場所を探したいの。
The hints. So you want me to help look for the keys? Weren't you guys the one who hid them? How am I supposed to help with that?
そうなんだけどね。私もこの島に来るの久しぶりだから、やっぱりあんまり覚えてないんだ。昔の友達と会えたら一緒に探す予定だったけど、今のところ一人ぼっちだし、一人で探すのは大変でしょ？
True. I was starting to see the picture. How my friends had each hidden a Kagi. They might have remembered where they were, but Kamame herself, as the leader, wasn't privy to that information. And that was why she needed my help. It wasn't like I had anything else to do anyway, and what harm could there be in joining in her little adventure? I couldn't lie either. I was pretty interested in the secret of the island thing.
ワクワク。
Stars sparkled in her eyes, overflowing with excitement. That said, it certainly wasn't going to be easy finding tiny little Kagis on this island going on those hints alone. Now, I was a man with a exceptionally free time on my hands, but not to that extent. Probably. Decisions. Obviously, we'll help her out. What route do you think we are in right now? What the heck?
本当？
In for a penny, in for a pound. Even if I don't recall ever really being in for a penny to begin with. My curiosity is a little pique, I guess.
ありがと
No problem. So, now that's been decided. Come on, cough it up already.
う。お金かな？
Who said anything about okane?
もしかしてエッチな話？
I'm also okay with that. Too bad. Summer pockets always just. Yeah. You said you'll tell me if I agree to help, didn't you? What the treasure inside that chest is?
あ
How did you manage to twist things up like that?
あ、君の目がそういう目をしていたの。
I was not.
お宝はね、大きいのから小さいのまでたくさん。でも基本大きいんだよ。
That tells me absolutely nothing.
鍵を見つけて宝箱を開けたらわかるよ。
Well, yeah.
それまでのお楽しみってことで。
Sure. Let's go with that. So, what should we do? Are we gonna look today?
今日はこれからちょっと用事があるんだ。
Again, I am actually wondering what she actually does when she's not hanging out with Hairi. Like, they didn't even give that situation in the anime. Obviously, they made this shit up so that you could still have the half morning, afternoon thing going on. But obviously in the anime, they just kept going, going and going and going and going. That's so.
ハイリが暇ならまた手伝いに来て。一緒に探そう。
What are you going to do if I don't?
それはちょっと寂しい。とはいえ前向きに頑張る。
Oh. So, you'll just go and do it on your own anyway.
じゃあね、今日はこの辺で。また待ってるね。
And off she went. Lots of stuff. Big and small, and everything in between. But mostly big, huh? So they'll know what that means. We're gonna go to the shrine so we could just ignore stuff. Wait, I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn on the fan. Yesterday it was so cold. Now today is so hot. It was winter cold yesterday. Now it's like almost near summer. What the fuck? I made my way over to the gym. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna skip this. I'm just gonna manually click instead of skip. Walk to the right. My hands in my mouth. Gentle underhand toss. Do claps. I forgot this, man. It's not like I remember how to be respectful, and I haven't been to a ginger in a while, so I know it starts with 2 claps. So 2 claps, 2 bows, 1 clap. I can't remember the actual ritual.
お兄ちゃん、漫画貸して。
Manga?
のいちごでいい。
How do you know I have that with me?
カバンの奥に隠してるの見えた。
Just for the record, that was just something I borrowed from a friend at school.
うん、見して。
I think you might be a little young for that, though. Want to try something else instead?
平気。面白い漫画に年齢関係ないもん。
Base. Imagine reading. Let me think about it. Never mind. Well, they do say that girls mature faster, I guess.
ありがとう。
Umi-chan plopped herself onto the tatami mats and opened the manga. Huh. You're gonna read it here?
うん、ダメ？
Well, I guess it's fine. I thought age didn't matter, Umi-chan. Umi-chan snapped the book shut before she managed to finish even a single volume.
この漫画、
Huh?
エロい。
You think?
エロい！お兄ちゃんのエロ！
Mate, Umi-chan, you're being too loud!
エロ！エロ！
ハリ君、何かしたの？
Kyoko-san, this is a misunderstanding.
誤解されるようなことをしたの？
Not a thing.
お兄ちゃんのエロ！
Umi-chan, mate! Help me explain this first.
ハリ君、ちょっと説明してくれる？
She was just reading this manga, that's all.
検閲。
Like Kyoko-chan also was like Kyoko-san?
ハリ君も男の子なんだね。こんなエロい漫画を読むなんて。
I like Kyoko-san, man. I don't think it's that bad.
これがエロくない？近頃の男の子、すごいのね。
Kyoko-san left the room, her face bright red. Turns out she's actually extremely innocent. Shame. We hardly got a lot of good scenes with Kyoko-san in the anime, man. She's so underused. You know, she's underused. Could have been so much more. Could have been so much more. Anyway. All right. The yawn escaped me while I laid out my foot on. Oh, damn. I'm now yawning for real. God damn it. Ugh. I should get to sleep soon. Flicking out the lights, I glanced into the bed with a thump. I glanced at the manga Unyu-chan was reading. Hear that? She called you Eroi. Even so, all male high school students of the world wish we had what you do. Tabun. Naru. You know, I'm kind of scared. I might not like the demo. I'm thinking about it. The demo wasn't a good. No, I think the demo is not a good indication. I think I was also reading an demo in a very poorly timed moment of my life. Anyway. ごちそうさまでした.
いただきます。
Oh, itadakimasu. Thank you for the meal. Anyway. Another delicious bowl of udon.
美味しい。でも、チャーハン食べたい。
I wish I could make some.
お兄ちゃん、食べたいものある？
Anything I want to eat. Probably pan.
パンチャーハン？
Just futsu pan. Croissant. Complete with elegant music and delicious smell of butter wafting through the air. You know what? Thanks to them animating Hayuri being a cringy guy, I realized this is a very cringy line. And sweet, steamy corn potage, together with cappuccino. It's so cringy here. First orange for dessert. Yeah, I think this is something that didn't come across. I guess the localizer for the fan translation didn't make this too cringy enough for me, or maybe I found it maybe because I'm a cringy guy who has fancy taste in wine. Maybe that's why I didn't know. I don't know.
お兄ちゃん、おしゃれ。私もそれ食べたい。探してみる。
You're actually gonna look for all that?
お料理は私のお仕事だもん。
Is it?
うん。
In that case, that'll be my man.
あいあいさ。
After finishing Asagohan, I set out to wander the Shima again. Lots of people in Seifuku today. We're in the middle of Natsuyasumi, but maybe there was something going on at school. The Gakusei drawn to the docks, where they boarded the ferry. But right before it set out, a single girl hopped off. Oh yeah, she was faking. Yeah, I remember she was faking going to school. Yo! She jumped. Literally. A couple centimeters off the ground. Shit. Well, I should never expect it in a million years, and it will call out to her. どうして? Why'd you get off?
別に。
Playing hooky? If so, anyway, if so, then why'd you bother getting on in the first place? I have an inkling though. It's because you want to be able to tell someone you went to school, isn't it? And let's say that someone is Kazuku. So, you made sure that you did, in fact, get on the boat, at least.
なんで?
Why do I know that? Because I've been in the same boat before. No pun intended. Pretty much everyone has at some point. And she left. She was already long gone. She must have been ready to book it right from the word doshite. Nande. Anyway, to be honest, there was something I wanted to ask her. I wanted to ask why she looked so lonely as she let the boat leave. But there was no way I could. Plus, I can understand her feelings. Just a little. I should get going too. Alright. While I was wandering around the island,
おーい。
A voice called out to me, accompanied with the clattering of wheels on asphalt. Hmm? Ah. Kame was strolling towards me. Suki's in tow as usual.
ひどいよ。
She jogged the last few steps with a puffed up cheeks. What did I do?
手伝うって言ったのに来ないじゃない。待ってたのに裏切られた気分だよ。
Now that you mention it, I did promise to help her find those Kagis, didn't I? I wasn't interested, I swear. It's just I realized I had no idea where to find you.
あ、そっか。それでも探そうとかしなかったの？
That I did not.
ひどい。
Well, man, okay? Look, I'm here now, aren't I? I'll help you out.
いっか。じゃあ早速行こうよ。
Kame set off with a pep in her step. Let's get going. Hey, do we have an actual destination?
だから鍵を探しに。
Okay, but where? She fell deep in thought.
どこだろう。
Would it kill you to look before you leap?
ごめんごめん。どこに行こうか。
Let me take a look at the notebook before.
はいどうぞ。
That started sprouting in my mind as I looked over it. Hey, you're serious about looking for these?
もちろん。なんで？
I mean, that was 10 years ago, right? It's kind of hard to imagine where those Kagi be in the same place after all this time. Someone could have found them or unwillingly thrown them away. At the very least, it seemed unlikely that all 4 of them were still in their original locations.
その辺はちゃんと考えて隠したと思うよ。
We're still talking about a bunch of kids, though. Like, even I'd be hard-pressed to come up with a place to hide something for the next 10 years.
それはハイリに想像力がないからだよ。
Oh no, Mrs. Oruku. What? Did you come up with something?
例えば金庫の中とか。
Mrs. Oruku.
うるさいな。とにかくもしなくなってたらその時はその時だよ。
How decidedly unhelpful. Sure, I guess. Well, which one should we go after first?
どれがいい？ハイリが決めていいよ。
Me? I compared the 4 hints in the notebook. In that case, in the companionway amongst the ocean gods. This one, maybe.
いいよ。
It kind of sounds like it's talking about some kind of patch through the sea, doesn't it? A patch through the sea. The companionway.
そのまま読むと海の底だけど。
Agreed. It could be that impossible.
海底と言いつつ川とか。川でも無理かな。
In terms of other bodies of water, I've got an idea.
ここってため池？
Yeah. Since the rivers or the sea are out of the question, I thought that maybe this might be it. Maybe this might be it. Or so I thought. I scratched my head. You know, this doesn't actually make it any easier. There wasn't much we could do in the way of searching, unless we drained the whole damn thing, that is. Which, in itself, did sound pretty interesting. If it were actually possible.
そうだね。
You couldn't just take a leisurely swim through it either. If it really wasn't here somewhere, we'd have no way of getting at it.
私も思いついちゃった。
What now?
こっちこっち。
Hula? Oh, should I? I was so used to it. It never even occurred to me. But We stared into the water together. The sunlight undulated at the bottom. No Kagis here, huh? I couldn't find anywhere one might hide something like that.
更衣室とかに隠してるのかな。
But then, what do sea gods have to do with that?
そうだね。
Ocean gods. What is that supposed to mean? I sure don't see anything godlike around here. Not at the pond either. Should we be looking for some kind of statue, you think?
そうだね。
It could have been embellished to sound edgy and cool, but we still couldn't ignore it outright. And then there's the other part. Companionway.
怪人って別の意味なのかな。
Different? How?
ほら、ウケーっていう。
The what kind?
ウケーって言って、キーっていう。
Totally. I put my Sozo into overdrive. Are you talking about like a sea monster?
あ、そう、それ。
Ocean god. Beast of the sea. I could maybe see that, but it makes things even more confusing. Our stomachs growled in unison. It was just about past noon. Lunch break. Speaking of which, Umi-chan asked me to help with the leftovers today. I'm gonna head back to eat for now. Oh, why don't you come along too?
いいよ。私はいつも食堂で食べてるから。
Okay. Then we'll meet up in about an hour. Let's make sure to keep thinking until then. Kyoko-san.
おかえりなさい。
Sorry to bother you, but would you happen to have a dictionary lying around?
国語辞典でいいのかな？
Yeah.
ちょっと待ってね。はい、どうぞ。
Arigato.
お勉強してるの？
Yeah.
お兄ちゃん、真面目だったんだ。
Reading a dictionary while I eat makes me look pretty smart, wouldn't you say?
本当だ。今度やってみる。
Umi-chan, what do you think when you hear the words companionway?
海底？
Kaitai.
海の底？
Right?
他に何かあるの？
Not sure. That's the first thing I thought of too. Kaitai. Kaitai. Now he's away with a companion. I don't know. Companionway. Companionway. Companionway? As I browsed the dictionary, I came across a word I had never seen before. Companionway was a boat staircase of some kind. Ocean gods. Staircase. Ocean gods. Stairs. Companionway. Wakata. It can't be. Yo.
ハイリ
At least she's actually the Shokudo, so.
ー、ちょうど食べ終わったところ。
Wait, how does this work? Like, how does a astral being eat? You know, they actually consume something, or is it like the thing they do in with Ina, where you're imagining her actually eating? I like how that reading Ina's route made me think a little bit more how the projection thing works. Anyway, I came up with something while I was eating. Or maybe that's how it. You know what? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wrote like Niijima Yuu wrote like. So I wrote a comment with this like she's astral projecting. I'm not gonna think too much about it too deeply. Oh, this next story. Oh yeah, I had this cool character I made in the previous VN I made. I'm gonna expand on it a little. Since this is a science VN, we're gonna think a little bit more about this. Anyway. I came up with something while I was eating.
本当？私の方でも食べながらひらめいたんだよ。
Yeah?
怪人はウミガミ様のことでしょ？
Sure.
ウミガミっていうのはつまりウミガメのことじゃないかな。ウミガメとウミガミ似てるよね。 ウミガメといえば浦島太郎だよね。ウミガメがその辺を歩いていて海底まで案内してくれるんだよ。きっとそうに違いない。
Oh, maybe, yeah. I've been thinking over lunch too.
うん。
There's someone where I want to try. Come with me. Obviously, you go to the Jinja.
ここって
Jinja. See? The temple at the top of those steps. I hear it's dedicated to the god who protects the sea, ocean. Wait, what do you call those things? Oh my god. You know what? I was playing cross channel when I was playing Silent Hill F. Now I forgot what you call them. Anyway. Hokora. Now I remember that. It just came back to me, man. I didn't even need to search. That's amazing. I remember the word Hokora.
それってつまり
An ocean god, yeah.
ウミガメじゃなくて
I don't think the turtles are related. Most likely.
怪人はウミガメ様で海底はやっぱり海の底ってこと？
Yeah. I stared at the steps. If I were to hide something in a place like this, you see all the landers following the steps on either side? Search those.
なんで？
Just do it.
わかったよ。言っておくけどリーダーは私だよ。
Hi, I know.
あった！鍵あったよ。
About 20 minutes of searching later, Alma shouted in glee. Oh, where?
ほらこれ灯籠の裏側に隠してあった。
Alma handed me a little cloth bag. Something cold and hard poked out at me from inside. Wow! Wait. I think I heard some explosions outside. Maybe it's just fireworks. It sounded like fireworks. It was like, yeah, it was probably just fireworks. It did sound like gunshots or an actual explosion, you know. It sounded more like fireworks. Anyway, let's continue. So, this is one of those kaki.
でもどういうことだろう。
A companionway is a kind of staircase. A companionway amongst the ocean gods. Sumari, the stairs to the Jinja.
そんな言葉知らないよ。
That's a fair reaction. I didn't know it either. The kid who wrote this must have been a crafty little pugger, since he obviously tried to mislead us by separating the word into two. What if we actually had gone through with searching the ocean, Numi? This confirms that these things really are hidden around the island. There was a neatly wrapped kagi stowed inside a bag. An intricate design was carved into its head. And this is it, right?
間違いないよ。よかった。まだ鍵があって。
For some reason, I found myself shuttling Kamui to the pier on her suitcase, as if it were the most natural thing in the world for me to do. Or maybe delivering was more apt word to use. What was I? A luggage valley? I'm happy for you.
ありがとう。ハイリのおかげだよ。
Well, she said it, not me. To be fair, it was really pure chance and I figured it out. Man, I wish they'd come up with simpler hints.
ほんとほんと。
Should we go ahead and call it for the day?
ありがとう。また明日ね。
Might be the next day. Who knows what I'll end up doing.
いいよ。それでも、あさってがダメなら、しあさってがあるさ。
This is so obviously game VN mechanic thing to dialogue. There was no natural way they were doing this.
どんどんカバちょっ
What?
と。知らないの？
Yeah.
はいり。さてはテレビっ子じゃないな。
Never watched TV much personally. I often couldn't keep up with a conversation around friends who an anime came out when it came up. I get it, bro. You're a normie athlete guy.
一体子供の頃何して過ごしてたの？
Sports.
おお、私とは正反対だ。
You're just realizing this?
この番組は清楚なお嬢様とワイルドな野生児の提供でお送りします。
And just what exactly is this charming young lady and this wild, rugged wolf boy you speak of?
とにかく気が向いたらでいいからまた手伝ってね。
Sure.
あさってでもしあさってでも待ってるから。
She's waiting.
お兄ちゃん。
Hmm?
お風呂壊れちゃったみたい。
The shower doesn't work either?
出ない。
Then I suppose we'll have to make do without a bath today.
汗かいてるのに汚いよ。
You're not wrong, but we can't just rinse ourselves in the kitchen sink.
銭湯あるよ。行こ
A bathhouse? Could be interesting. Sure, why not?
う。お兄ちゃん、バイ
You want to go on the bike?
ク。後ろ乗ってみたい。
I don't mind, but that's more of a luggage rack than a seat.
平気平気。
Yeah? Let's get going then. After getting detailed directions from Kyoko-san, we set out for the public bath. It was near the town hall. Pretty crowded.
ぎゅうぎゅうだね。
お宅もですか。急に水が出なくなって。
Seems like something's messed up with the whole water line. Which means I might actually see some familiar faces around. Hmm? Turn around! A familiar face. She bowed lightly before heading inside. I returned to bow, a bit too late.
恋人？
Not even close. The bath felt great. In spite of the hordes of people with similar broken bats crowding the place, I may be fairly accustomed to being surrounded by naked men, but it still isn't something I enjoy. Umi-chan sure is taking her time. It's not like you can just head home first either. Ah, you're finally out, Umi-chan.
別に普通。
別に普通。
じゃないかと。
I guess, yeah. And off she went. When did I mistake her for Umi-chan? Still, she was all freshly bathed.
はあ。
Ah! There you are.
恋人？
Not even far. Not even far. I lay on my futon, staring blankly at the ceiling. So, today's the last day of July. It really feels like I haven't done a single thing here. Maybe I should have some goal to work towards. But what? Nobody could answer that question for me. Though, to be fair, that'd be pretty scary if someone did, out of nowhere. Guess I'll sleep. So, Natsuyasumi only just begun. No point in getting panic over making decisions this very second, right? Ohayo?
おはよ
Hane? There was nothing on the table. Are we not having asagohan today?
う。ふん。
Umi-chan opened the fridge and pulled something out.
どうぞ。
She placed several square boxes in front of me. Geez, cartons? What's up with these?
お兄ちゃんのリクエスト見つけた。
The stuff I wanted? What are you talking about?
昨日言ってたよ。
Kino. Delicious orange kohime
カプチーノ、
and this miso soup with corn.
コーンポタージ
Orange juice?
ュ、フレッシュなオレンジ。
3% real fruit juice. And just about to expire. Now, the only thing that's left is...
あ、焼け
Huh? She baked pan? For real? Could it be croissant?
た。どうぞ。
Charcoal.
焼きすぎた。
If I may be so bold, I believe this used to be sliced bread.
クロワッサンは見つからなかったの。昨日たくさん探したけどダメだった。
Thanks for doing all this.
食べて。
Yeah, let's eat. Maybe lose the pan. After Asagohan, I headed towards the shed to ask Kyoko-san if she needed any help. Huh? The door isn't open. How rare. Nezurashi. I was sure she would have started already. Maybe she left for another meeting and just hadn't come back yet. That's that then. Guess I'll head out myself. What is it today? Oh yeah, this is one of those skip days, huh? Yeah. My bad. Wait, the Shokudo guy? You could obviously hear him in Icom as well. You know what? Let's roll back. I just want to hear the Shokudo guy. Yeah, he's in Icom. He's that guy. Yeah, he's in Icom for real. Skipping this.
あんちゃんも考えときな。叶えてやるぜ。
I wonder who's that voice actor. As they faded into night, a different chorus of insects began to echo through the air. I wonder why they sounded somehow cooler, more refreshing. Strange how that happens, despite them being summer bugs all the same. Umi-chan was sitting propped up against the wall in the dining room, reading one of the volumes the manga brought with me. It wasn't any of my business, but I couldn't help but ask. Don't you have homework and stuff?
あるよ。
Have you been doing it?
やってるよ。
Impressive. I thought you might not have been since you're always out playing.
ちゃんと予定立ててるから。お兄ちゃんはしてるとこ見たことないよ。
You work better under pressure.
すごい。
The purity of your trust is blinding. After that, I went back to my room. Is this where I left them? And I got to working on my homework. At least I got to working on it. Some people literally wait on the last day. Some people had to repeat millions of summers. For us, we only got to see 8 of them. But some of them, millions of summers, they repeated until they remember how to do it. They had to do it. My pen scratched away at the as of yet unfinished worksheets. Good progress. Having made some headway on my homework, I shut my textbook. I can't look too complacent in front of Uni-chan. But mad, using my head after so long really took it out of me. Guess I'll get ready for bed. I spread out my futon. Oyasumi. I fell onto the futon. Wandering around all afternoon evidently had made me pretty worn out. For long, drowsiness crept up on me. Oh damn, August 2nd. Oh, hi up. To no one. The living room was quiet. Maybe she's out to Raja Taiso or gone to play. Well, whatever, I'm hungry. I headed straight for the kitchen. Ah, here they are. I found some instant udon. When I was still swimming, I tried my best not to eat this stuff, but they're utterly impressing me these last few days. Add hot water and wait 3 minutes. Alright, time to dig in. At 3 minutes on the dot, I opened the lid. Oh, see? It's obviously overflowing with a crab that's awful for the athlete's body, and yet the act of consuming it nevertheless. It's almost like I'm practicing how to destroy myself, how to push myself beyond my limits. I can't get enough. It makes me want to burst out running this very second and spend these heaps of calories. What is the real breakfast that was? That was a good meal. I gulped down every last drop of the soup and heaved a sigh. Now, what do I do today? Oh, it's another Kamehameha day. Right. Yeah, there's no Kamehameha today. Alright, we got the Himitsukichi.
ハイリくん
Okay, nice. Hi,
お友達が来てるよ
Tomodachi? At this time of night? The person waiting for me at the door was... What are you up to this late?
釣りに行かないか。
Fishing?
夜釣りだ。
Huh. I never fished at night before. Sounds a little interesting. Sure. I'm heading out for a bit.
は
Oh, by the way,
Huh?
something about this guy's been off from the moment we arrived. Why are you wearing clothes?
おっと、
Ryoichi bashfully scratched the back of his head.
やっぱり変だよな。
I wouldn't go that far. Just... Oh man, I shouldn't have said anything.
さすがに夜は冷えるからな。
A respectable answer. I thought nudity was some kind of policy of his, but maybe not. The night robe was a bit cold, that's for sure. An extra coat would have been a smart idea.
さて、やっぱり脱ぐか。
Nade?
だってよ、
Ryoichi looked to the side, pensive.
夜空に期待されてるような気がしてな。
What the Yozara was? You're a bit crazy in the head, aren't you?
褒めるな。
God. I don't really care whether this goo catch is cool or not, but I definitely don't want anyone to associate the two of us.
いて！
What happened?
なんか乳頭にぶつかった。
Don't say nipple. It was probably some bug,
い
wasn't
や
it?
これは紙くず。
There was something worth inside. It's in the middle of the night, so I'll refrain from using the loudspeakers. But that doesn't mean I'm not watching. The two of us turned toward the watchtower, looming high in the Yozara. Can't be. Nomiki? Did she throw a water paper at us from all the way over here? I could make out her faint silhouette. She really hangs out there this late. She can see us even though it's this dark.
暗視スコープだな。
A night vision scope. What's got her so burning with duty? I swear.
さあな、案外寂しいんじゃないか。
Ryoichi was doused with cold water. There's no way she could actually hear us in the distance, right?
何？
Yeah, no way.
あ、寒い。やつめ、氷水飛ばしやがった。落ち帰る。
He held himself in his arms like a forlorn puppy and bailed. Hey, what about?
俺は帰る
There he goes. I glanced towards the tower. Her indistinct figure stood atop it. Could she really hear us? Let's see how this goes. I might not be able to catch her by surprise. I might be able to catch her by surprise. Even as a joke, the words "skita" sure are embarrassing. Dude, it's a joke. Just spit it out already, Takahara Heidi. She threw a piece of paper at me. Go home, you're grossing me out. My apologies. I was actually kind of interested in trying night fishing. I thought I'd find something new that I wouldn't be able to do during the day. But the night's ocean and sailing away. How endlessly the murky depths extend. How it almost sucks you in. The ocean afforded me not a single pleasant thought. Bedtime. I felt depressed. I'm just gonna sleep and forget. When does he get the dream sequence? I remember he has a dream sequence. A random dream sequence. I can't remember that. And I can't remember what determines it. It's not random. It totally depends on something. Anyway. Ohayo.
Ohayo.
I found Umi-chan collapsed at a table. What's wrong? You got a cold?
だるい
Natsubate, baby.
かも
Don't push yourself too hard. I'll go see if I can find something to perk you up.
お兄ちゃんいいの
You just sit tight and relax.
そうする
I really ran my mouth there, but where do I even start? Umi-chan apparently gets ingredients at docks while she's out at Raja Taiso. I arrived at the pier, and there was hardly anyone there. They must be done fishing already. Sumimasen! The stern-faced fisherman shot me a suspicious glare. Their stares pierced through me. Even the cat was giving a stink eye. I imagine this place to be a bit friendlier, given how Umi-chan always brings something back every day. I'm not gonna take it, alright? Like I'd want anything of yours. How does Umi-chan manage to get them all to give her their stuff? I'm not too sure how well I'll play it out if I just waltz up and went, fish please. But hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Fish please.
魚屋行き
Hi. The fishmonger.
お前加藤のばあちゃんのとこに来ているやつか
Huh? Yeah.
そうか
He fell into thought as he stared through me.
失恋は辛いな
Yeah. Wait, what?
大失恋したんだろそれでこの島に来たとか
違う大学落ちて落ち込んでるんだ可愛がってたチワワが死んだと聞いたが
Whatever floats your boat.
そういやあんちゃんのところにいる子は今日は来ないのか
Umi-chan's a little under the weather. So I came to...
何
どうしたんだ
Seems like Natsubate.
夏バテならこいつだな
Unagi?
おうよ
You can catch unagi in the sea?
当たり前だ
川のうなぎとは味が違うぜ
No, it's not unagi. It's, what's that? What's that? What's that? Forgot the term for sea eel. Anago. It's been a while since I ate anago, so I'm like, what's it again? Anago. Can't believe it. It's been a while since I had anago. I usually get more of unagi. Are you sure you can take something this expensive?
ジョーちゃんには世話になってるからな俺は夫婦の危機を救ってもらったんだ
俺は五十肩を治してもらったな
You know what? I think Umi is doing the equivalent of I mean, we know she's doing Groundhog Day with a lot of things, but I guess in her free time, this is what she does, so she could get some stuff to fund the breakfast, you know. What has she been getting up to? Then, if I may.
Ooh.
The fishermen prepared everything right there. They made it into a fine kabayaki, baked and lathered extravagantly in a secret fisherman's sauce. That is so wow. Like wow. I'm so jealous. No doubt, they'll put a pep in her step.
朝からかば焼き。
But you know what? I think the last time I had I was gonna say not anago, because the last time I had anago was I went to a really fancy sushi place. Last time I was in Japan and ate something like unagi, I went to this random place in Ginza. It was highly recommended as a neighborhood spot. But it was the eel was so fatty, man. It's just so fatty that I couldn't enjoy it, even if you have like. Yeah, maybe I should have eaten it without the, because they were serving it two ways. One was like they grilled it, you know, with the tare and all, you know, and the other one was that they steamed it and they served it with like wasabi. Maybe I should have tried it steamed. Yeah, I never tried it steamed. Anyway, no, maybe it wasn't steamed, but it then had the tare on it, so it didn't look like. Yeah, I think it was steamed rather than. Anyway, whatever. Let's go to the VN. That's pretty hefty, huh? It definitely wasn't something you want to eat while sick.
いただきます。
Although they do recommend you eat unagi during summer. There are certain days in the summer they recommend you to eat. They have this tradition thing. You eat unagi on that day so you could fight the natsubate. Yeah, anyway, whatever. You don't need to force yourself.
お兄ちゃんが持って帰ってきてくれたから。おいしい。
Now I'm jealous. Now I want to get some unagi for tomorrow. Umi-chan slowly worked her way to the kabayaki. After finishing, she plopped onto this cool spot on the floor.
おやすみ。
Yeah, get some rest. Worried that I might be distracting if we snuck around the house, I headed out. Well, yes. Uchu's Kame. Oh, yeah. Shiki. Shiki. That was pure bait, right? They didn't even make like an OVA where Shiki shows up. Like, they show her showing up in the opening and all. Not once did she show up in the fucking anime. They didn't make it like an OVA with Shiki in it. They didn't do anything. They just teased her a lot. And nothing happened. Fucking nothing happened, you know? That was a disappointment. Let us find Kamome. She's probably wandering around the same place as always. Just as I set off, I heard the sound of clattering tires.
やっほー。
Yo! Now is easy.
今日も手伝ってもらえるの？鍵探し。
Her eyes sparkled with excitement. I suppose.
やったー。
That was all it took to put a smile on her face. How's your timing always so perfect?
褒められた？
Do you just hang around here until I show up? It felt less like a friendly meeting and more like a predator will I could wait.
そりゃ手伝ってってお願いした以上はね。
I don't stop by every day though. What do you do when I'm not here?
その時はうなだれながら一人で出発するね。
Ugh, my conscience.
重たいスーツケースと重たい心を抱えてとぼとぼと歩くね。
Alright, now she's pushing it.
あの日は雨が降ってたな。私の心を反映したのかも。
And now she's getting on my nerves.
約束って破られるためにあるのかなってつぶやいてたよ。
She's still going.
でも気が向いたらでいいんだからね。
I'll help however I can.
やった。今日はどれを探そうか。
Let's see. Dore. I flipped open the notebook. I read through the remaining clues. The one that stuck out the most was in the gates of hell where the watchdog sleeps. How about in the gates of hell where the watchdog sleeps? Oh yeah, in the anime, this is basically the part where they speedrun the whole thing.
冥府の番犬って言ったらゴーって言ってボーってやつだよね。
Cerberus, the big dog that howls and spits fire and all that.
私の思いがこんなにすぐ届くなんて。ハイリー、あなたはやっぱりベストパートナー。
I just happen to know a thing or two about him. I did a school assignment on him one time. You know what? I don't know why it didn't occur to me how edgy and cringe Heidi was. It didn't occur to me back then. That's why she stepped away. Why are you running away, my dear partner? Todekaku. Given that it mentions a banken, we can pretty much tell what it is that we're looking for. There's got to be some place where we'll find a dog, right?
なるほど。でも犬を飼ってる家なんていっぱいありそうだね。
I guess, yeah. How long were those Kagis hidden?
10年前。
We're sure they aren't dead.
その可能性は否定できない。
We'd be out of luck if that's the case. Let's limit our search to families that own a dog for over 10 years.
ああ。
When in doubt, look for the youth association.
犬を飼っている家？私の覚えている範囲でよければ。
If possible, we'll like to limit the families who had theirs for a long time.
昔からって、いつ？
At least a decade. Wait, were you even alive back then?
生まれてるに決まってるだろ。まあ構わないが。一体何のために？
Huh? It's just this girl.
どうも、串間かもめです。
どうも、野村美希だ。そちらの串間さんがどうしたって？
She just loves old dogs.
老犬が大好き？
でしょ？
老犬大好き。
そうか。いいんじゃないか？
That was easy. That was Troy.
役場でアンケートを取って集まった結果だ。昔から犬を飼っている家をピックアップした。
I appreciate it. Let me treat you to something.
入れ抜きを使うな。少年団は困った子供たちのためにいつでも働くぞ。
Kodomo. I mean, she wasn't wrong per se.
ありがとう、少年団。
ああ。
Then let's get started. The number of houses that Nomiki had picked out came to a grand total of 15.
少なくはないね。
Yeah.
とりあえず近いところから行こうか。あった、あの家かな。
We peeked around at the front porch.
ワンちゃんいるね。
A feeble-looking old dog was lying there, relaxing, without a care in the world. Sumimasen?
なんだい？
How long have you had this eagle here for?
さあ、もう15年になるか。
15年.
やったね。ちょっと触らせてもらっていいですか？
ああ、どうぞ。こんな老犬に興味あるのか。
老犬大好き。
There's something about her saying that.
ご自由に。
よしよし。
He lives.
当たり前だよ。
Oh. He let out the horse. Oh. His eyes hazy and weak. So, excuse me for a minute. Maybe around here. This little pouch looks like it might be it. I went to pick it off the ground. Chomp. Ah! The dog dug his teeth into it before I could. What did I do to you?
それ喜んでるんだよ。
She sure doesn't look like it. Did you not hear him growl at me?
ハイデは犬飼ったことないの？
Never. What are you playing? Having fun? You like to play? Okay, just cover it up already. Wow. I pulled as hard as I could. To absolutely no avail. He just wouldn't give it up.
意地悪しないで。
Ita! Whose side are you on?
どっちかって言われたらこっち。
Okay.
もっと優しくお願いしたらいいんだよ。
Is my phrasing really the issue?
ねえねえ、これくれる？
Oh.
ありがとう。いい子いい子。
What? No, I refuse to accept this. We're doing this over again. Can I have this? Be a good boy now. Good boy. Who's a good boy? You little.
意地悪しないで。いい子いい子。
Ooh.
これ貸してね。
Go and pick up the pouch. The emu moved not a muscle.
開けてみるね。
Right. Inside was.
これは
It's a bone.
鍵じゃなかったね。
The emu stared longingly at his treat. Here, it's yours. Sorry about that. Oh.
別の家を当たってみようか。
On to a different house.
どこにしよう。
We were basically running blind, and searching around at random would take quite a bit of time. If only we had some other clue to narrow things down. I wonder what the gates of hell is supposed to mean.
特に意味はないんじゃないかな。雰囲気というか。
That's what I thought too, but... Hey, what is that?
どうしたの？
What I had set my sights on was... a chimney. That! そこで!
あの煙突？
そう!
何の煙突だろう。クリスマス用かな。
Maybe not. I got an idea. こっち、こっち。
どこ？ここって。
There it is. This has got to be it.
なんでわかるの？
Because of that.
煙突？お風呂屋さんかな。
It's a crematorium.
火葬場。
She doesn't get it.
サンタさんに仮装して煙突で遊んだりするとか？
No, a crematorium. Where they cremate people.
火葬場。あ、そっか。あ、冥界の入り口ってそういう意味。
Not exactly the most respectful phrasing. We headed for the entrance, and there was an old dog lying in the front. Tama called out to the old granny at the reception desk.
そこの犬触らせてもらっていいですか？
どうぞ。年寄りだから目がほとんど見えないけど人が大好きだから可愛がってあげて。
ありがとうございます。
I rummaged through the doghouse, interrupting its resident pleasant nap. Oh! I found a small cloth bag hidden inside. This isn't just another bone, right? I would hope not, given we're at a crematorium. I opened it up. Hey!
鍵見つかったね。
Ooh, it's a kaki with a Cerberus key. It feels like one of those Resident Evil ass keys. Before I went online, I was watching someone play Resident Evil 3. You know, they're at the part where they're searching for those kinds of keys. Yep, it's one of those. For how small the locks were, these kagi were pretty darn fancy. Reminds me, why we aren't just breaking off those locks.
だからそれはダメ。
Yeah. Well, maybe it's the last resort.
ダメ絶対。
Fine, fine.
ぐるる。
Oh, come on. I'll back off, okay? We acquired our second Kagi. I hadn't actually expected things to be the things to still be around. 10 whole years have passed. But hey, we found 2, so there was still hope for the others. Things were starting to get exciting. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, there you go. Tadaima. Huh? Umi-chan? Normally should come and greet me.
あ、ハイリくん。今日は海ちゃん、疲れて寝てるの。
Oh, right. Natsubate. Then I should probably keep things down so I don't disturb her. That said, I still gotta have dinner. Without Umi-chan's chahan, I had no other option but to eat out. I left in search of food, as if there's anywhere to go but dinner. The shokodo, I mean. That must be. At the top of the tower, I could make out the faint silhouette of a person. Nomiki, probably. Oi! I barely made out the figure waving in the distance. Wanna grab something to eat? A moment of silence. Then a couple wad of paper came flying. Sure, wait right there. I really don't remember they're doing this. I forgot, you know. 10 minutes later, I saw Namiki walking down the road.
こんな時間に何をしている？
With a sour look on her face. That's my line.
私は見張りをしているだけだ。
Keeping watch? I think you're still at that age. People are supposed to be watching over you. Not that I want to talk. You'll worry your parents, you know. It's weird that she has a smile on her face when we know what's her story. She gave a dim smile.
問題ない。私は一人暮らしだ。
Okay, yeah, okay, I get it why she smiled. Okay, I get it. I remember now. Okay, I get it. Never mind. Huh? The shokodo was empty as usual. Nomiki and I sat across from each other and ate our late dinner.
親は亡くなったとかじゃない。二人とも元気だ。
Yeah, but they have an interesting story going on with their...
私は島の外から来て下宿しているんだ。高原と似たようなものだな。
Remember when she didn't even have a route of her own? I really like the ending of her route though. The middle of her route was like, okay. It was okay. But the ending of her route was really good. Yeah, that's the only saving grace of her route. It was really good at the end. But the middle was like... Choo! Fuck no. Anyway.
今はアパートで一人だ。
There are apartments around here?
一軒だけな。もともと役場の寮として使われていたが、今は誰も使っていない。ちなみに、入居者は私だけだ。
What kind of situation is that? Do you not get sabushi?
まあ、それなりにな。
So, she manages not to be lonely. Or she manages with being lonely. Remember when she didn't have a route of her own? On the way back home.
何時になっても、島のどこかでちらほら明かりがついてる。鉄塔の上からそれを見るのは好きだな。
On the random thing, I remember I was having this discussion with some folks because we were watching the anime. And we felt like, you know what? Reflection Blue really did help a lot to improve the anime because it really feels so incomplete. Anyway. Oh yeah, that's how the anime ended. They didn't have the reflection blue. Obviously, they didn't have the reflection blue ending because they only like hinted Shiki, but nothing came out of it. So therefore, she never got the reflection blue ending, and it sucked. Yeah.
おかしな話をした。
Nah. Look, mite. I pointed at the soda.
星
Yeah. See how much they twinkle? But you still look down at the lights of the town.
まあな。星は遠いからな。
Yeah. But the town's lights might not be all that close either.
うん。
See ya. Mata ne.
あ、
Remember when she didn't have a route of her own? Now that I think about it, that was pretty cringy conversation we just had. But it works with her because she's also actually a kind of chudi person herself. That's life. I'm pretty sure she appreciated that really badly. Oh, this is the dream sequence I was talking about earlier. Later at night. Sean. Show yourself. They're out for my blood. I haven't been assaulted yet, but if I'm not careful. Oh no, there's the mosquito thing. I'm done for. No, shikatanai. I stuck out my arms with soft, meaty flesh on my inner arms facing upwards. Now, come at me. The moment you bite me will be your last. I laid bare a veritable feast and waited. I waited. Ran away, did you? Bad sleep. If you're gonna bite me, then bite me already. Bastard doesn't play fair, my brain. He's trying to tire me out mentally. Where's the sound they make so damn annoying? Flicking on the lights revealed nothing. Though I was never bitten. My sleep schedule did not so right and skate. I'm gonna take a short break. I'm gonna grab water and maybe look at my phone for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. We're gonna continue reading. I'll be right back. Wait, do I still have my I had an image for 10 minutes. No, 10 minutes is too long. Probably 3 minutes or something. I'll be right back.
きっと次は次って何？私って何？もゆトスコあれ？
お前たちも留守番か。
ハイリ君ハイリ君まあどこに行ってたのよ。
雫。
白羽やったな。我々の勝利だ。ブイ。好きだけどまだ言えないの。父さんはいなくならないって証明して。代償もなく願いを叶えられることなんてありえない。いずれ去る時に必ず言霊で心をねじ曲げることになる。あなたは今何色ですか？知らない。 残念ね。これから育つ紬のおっぱいが私だけのものじゃなくなっちゃうなんて。
本当か？
まあ何もないよりはマシかに。そうですよ。カニは美味しいです。美味しいは嬉しいです。もしもーし。起きてください。もう8時ですよ。はじめまして、海です。
ああ、君が親戚の子だね。俺は高原入り、よろしくね。
こちらこそお願いします。高原さん。もしもし、もしもし、もしもし、起きてください。ハイリさん。まったく、もう8時ですよ。
ああ、おはよう海ちゃん。
You are ロリコン。桜舞う夜にも一度夢を見よう。現実を脱ぎ捨て花になろう。遥かな風のささやき、耳を澄ませばきっと次は次って何？私って何？もぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅぎゅもぎゅ。最高の褒め方だよ、つなぎ。もぎゅ。
ちょっとわかったよ。足くらいなら。うわっ、
もぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅぎゅ
紬。
もぎゅ
あ、
もぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅもぎゅも あれは海猫。
海ちゃんこれは？
港でもらった素材を生かしたカニチャーハン。
いや、
You are ロリコン。
お前たちも留守番か。
ハイリ君、ハイリ君、ハイリ君、ハイリ君。もうどこに行ってたのよ。
雫。
白羽。
Okay, I took longer. I started shopping for like bed sheets. For some reason, my current bed sheet got slashed. I don't know how he got slashed. Probably a key, or I was wearing something that's sharp and I was looking for a replacement. Anyway, I'll worry about that later when I wake up tomorrow. Anyway.
かゆい。かゆい。
Oh, she... Oh, it's because of the mosquitoes. The cat. What's wrong? どうしたの？
蚊に刺された。お兄ちゃん、平気？
Nope. Haven't been in at all.
すごい。
Huh? Is that really all that amazing?
私、こことか刺されてるんだよ。
Hey, Umi-chan, don't lift up your shirt like that. You're a girl.
でも、薬が塗れないよ。こっちとか、手が届かない。お兄ちゃん、塗って。
Hey, don't point your butt out at me. The fucking Mollyguns are enjoying the scene.
かいかい。
Kyoko-san's probably in the shed.
お兄ちゃん、お願い。
I don't remember this, so fine. Just show me where it itches.
うわーい。
Position yourself so it's right in front of my face. That's so wrong. I can just close my eyes. With my mind's eye, shall I apply this ointment?
そこ、かゆくないとこ。
ごめん。そこ？
変なとこ塗らないで。
Where did I put it?
もう少し下の方。
Right here?
そこ。ひんやりで気持ちいいよ。お兄ちゃん。
ハリ君？
Huh?
何をしてるの？
お兄ちゃん、もっと。
もっと何？
This isn't what it seems like. I was just...
お兄ちゃん。
お姉さんにちょっと電話を。
待ちなさい! Resolving this misunderstanding took much time in explaining. Like every day, I sat back and relaxed after finishing my instant udon. While I watched the news on the television,
行ってきます。
I heard Umi-chan's lively voice echo down the hallway. And then... bug spray, I'd say. That's way too much!
それじゃあ、行ってきます。
But not before giving herself one final spray, just for good measure. And as if all that would do a thing for how long it's supposed to last, I might as well go do something too. I turned on the television and made my way out of the door. The sun was bright and the cicadas were loud. Shocker. And there. I took a page from Umi-chan's book and covered myself in bug spray. You obviously know which one we'll choose. Remember how you choose an Aiko, man? What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. Aiko is like next level lazy. Anyway, Tyler was waiting for me at the usual spot, perched on top of her suitcase. Yo!
ちはー。今日も行きましょうか。
Ah. ところで Are you like staying in a hotel? You're here for a good while, aren't you? I remember seeing a rustic old place by the pier. Maybe there.
昔滞在していた家がそのままだったから、それ借りてるの。
Ah. Okay. Where is it?
島の外れ。
Well, that's ambiguous. A bit outside.
今度ご招待するよ。
Honto?
結構面白い場所にあるんだよ。
I get it, you're rich. Neat, huh? I pictured the house rooted on the very edge of a cliff, or in the canopy of a tree. Yeah, right.
ところで、鍵は残り2つだね。今日はどっちにしようか。
I glanced through the clues. Probably the basilisk. This is the Heavenly Castle stuff. Sounds like it's gonna be a headache. We're gonna end up having to climb something. I can feel it.
じゃあバジリスクの方は
Yeah, I've been giving it some thought.
私も考えたよ。
Flashes of what?
バジリスクってあれだよね。ウケーってやつ。
Okay. They turn you into stone, right?
ウケーって言ってウケーって石化するやつ。
Yeah, right.
でもバジリスクがこの島にいるわけがない。
Yeah, unlikely.
だとしたらこれってリスの仲間のことだと思う。バジリスク、リス、そう間違いない。だから山にいるリスを探して。
I was thinking that it might be referring to a Tori, what's the term for chicken? Anyway, let me hear her say the word chicken.
ニワトリ？
Niwatori. Okay, there you go.
私はカモメだよ。
Umineko. An Umineko? An Umineko? Where is that?
あれはウミネコ。
Anyway. Unimportant. Moving on.
どうでもいいとな。そんなこと言って私の名前がある日いきなりニワトリになったらハイリは後悔するんだから。
Nah, I don't think it would.
どうでもいいとな。
Let's get back on topic. A basilisk is basically a Niwatori, isn't it?
そうなの？知らなかった。
People with Niwatori usually keep more than one, and in a small coop. Those coops are kind of barren, like deserts. You know what I mean. So I thought maybe that might be it.
なるほど。
Gomen. We can look into your basil idea if you want.
いいです。忘れてください。ニワトリの線でお願いします。
You can tell why she gave up.
鶏を飼っている家？どうかな？今はあんまりないんじゃないかな。数軒ぐらいならあったかな。
We prefer families that own a lot if possible.
どうしたの？鶏肉食べたいの？
No, that's not it.
できるだけたくさん鶏を飼っている家か。
Someone who's had them for a long time.
昔からね。あ、そうだ。
Does someone fit the bill?
成瀬さんの家。
Get
大きな小屋があってたくさんいたはずだよ。少し離れたところにあるから普段は鶏の声も聞こえてこないけどね。
Rest in peace, Kasarin. We have a match. Let's go take a look. I relayed what Kyoko-san had said.
成瀬さんのお宅だっけ？いきなり行って大丈夫かな。
The girl is an acquaintance of mine, so I think we should be all right.
ハイリ、顔が広いんだね。まだ島に来たばかりなのに。
She stared at me, eyes full of admiration. It's nothing. I know Narase Shiro since the day I got here. In some way. In some way.
すごい。
She's a little awkward, but she's not a bad person.
へえ。
Sumimasen.
何か
Tomato never changed. Must be one of Shira's relatives. A huge bulky old man came out to greet us. My name is Takahara Hairi.
知らんな。
Is Shira-san in?
白肌となれなれしい。なんだお前は。
友達です。
よそ者が。
And he shut the door on us. You know the funny reason why? He doesn't think she has friends.
ダメだったじゃない。 本当に友達なの？
I thought we were at least. That's why she calls him the squid. I never expected someone like that to answer the door. Let's try again in the evening.
でもどうしてもらえるかな。知り合いのはずなのにハイリー怪しまれてたよ。
I don't have any clue who that old guy was. Something caught Kamome's eye.
あの子が着てるのって学校の制服だよね。
She was looking at the girl in the same safe as Shiroa and the others. Yeah, it is.
あれを着ていけばおじいさんも信用してくれるかな。学校の友達として。
Huh? Yeah, maybe that'll change his attitude. Or at least we'll at least stop being outsiders.
制服手に入らないかな。
Go ask.
ちょっと恥ずかしいな。だって大きなスーツケース引きながら制服くださいとか制服収集家みたいに見えそう。
Is that a problem?
やだよ。でも変な子って思われたら嫌だしな。
And you're asking some guy to do it? That'll make it weird.
なんて頼めばいいかな。制服ください。怪しいものじゃないんです。ただお嬢ちゃんの制服がください。
You couldn't possibly make it any weirder. Jeez. What was she acting so shy about all of a sudden? Fine. I'll go ask. Well, here goes our extroverted Giga Chad. But who? Ow.
はい。
I have an earnest request for you.
うん。
Let me your seifuku.
なんで？
I have a friend who's got a bit of an obsession. She thinks they're cute.
そんな別に私アイドルとかじゃないんだけど憧れられても困る。
Right, Owl. I mean, Seiku, not you.
わかってるわよ。
Anything's fine. Just something you don't wear anymore.
ああ、そういえばお下がりでもらったやつがあったわね。
Really?
近所のお姉さんのものなんだけどちょっと曰く付きで。
I like how there's a bit of a story to them. It makes you curious what happened. A story?
うん、一度盗まれたことがあるんだって。
And why do you have it, Owl?
その後なぜかすごく綺麗に洗濯されて戻ってきたんだって。
Oh yeah, that does sound creepy. I can see why they gave it away. It just makes it even creepier. It just took them?
もしもの時の予備になるかなって使わなかったけどね。結局使わなくて処分していいものか迷ってたから。よかったらどうぞ。
The $1,000,000 question. Do I give these to Kamame? Whatever. Ain't that convenient, by the way. Here, I got you one.
おー
Wait, I can't remember how the scene played out in the anime. I remember the scene was kind of awkward because Kame was just standing there, behind Heidi, and Heidi was doing a lot of things. Kame was just standing there, just watching them. Oh yeah, I think that's how it went in the anime. That was so weird.
これで私も夢の女子学生。
She doesn't need to know where they came from. What she doesn't know wouldn't hurt her. Yeah, it was weird in the anime if I think about it. She wasted no time changing. It actually suits you pretty well, except I don't know who Seifuku this originally was, but it seemed a little too small for Kaume. They look pretty tight, especially on your. I got finally before I could finish my sentence.
無ごほって何？
Nothing awarded. Betsuru? Just a kind of spasm.
気持ち悪いよ。無ごほとか。
しょうがないな。
また来たのか。
どうも。
白羽の友達か。珍しいな。
Oh, Martha. Never change.
白羽、友達だぞ。わしはそろそろ寝るからな。
At a time like this? Maybe he was thinking in an afternoon nap.
誰？
Yo.
どうも。誰？福島かもめです。どうも。何？
Shiro pierced me with an icy gaze.
あれ？お二人はハイリが島に来た時以来のマブダチでは？
I never said anything like that.
何それ？白羽ちゃんだよね。うん。とっつきづらいけどいい子だってハイリから聞きました。よろしくお願いします。
I didn't think it possible, but her stare got even colder.
一体何やってるの？
Looking for Kagis.
うちの鍵？
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys have a chicken coop here. Niwatori coop here, right?
うん。
I think what we're looking for might be hidden there.
人の家に何を隠してたの？
Wasn't me. One of her friends did it.
どうも。福島さんの友達がうちに隠した。は？
Unsurprisingly, she was a bit confused. We're looking for places with lots of Niwatori, and got pointed to you guys.
鶏いる？うん、いる。
Do you think we could take a look?
お願い。わかった。
Shiroha guided us to the Niwatori coop in her yard. Numerous Niwatori crowded inside, peacefully plucking their way through life.
お邪魔しまーす。
One of your friends hid the Kagi somewhere around here, I assume. Shiroha, that rings any bells? I turned to Shiroha, who was peeking at us from the entrance. Anyone come asking about your Niwatori coop about 10 years ago?
おじいちゃんから聞いたこともない。最近業者の人が来たけど、それぐらい。
Then I guess that means they snuck in. Ballsy moves with that old man here. It's possible he let his guard down since they were kids. Now, if I were a Kagi, I spotted a couple gas near the coop ceiling. I stuck my hand in and rummaged around each one. Ah! I felt something go quench. I get the feeling this might get kind of gross. A quenching sound inside a Niwatori coop. This did not bode well. What is this thing?
やめて！取り出さないで！
What am I supposed to do? Leave my hand here? Ha!
見たくないけど、見ちゃう。それは。
Niwatori unko. How is the chicken poop on the ceiling? I glared foully at the filthy bowels. One of them began slowly deliberately raise its butt, which quivered in the air. Splat. Poop shot towards the ceiling of the coop. The unko man. Unko man. Unko man. That's revolting. Bag, you're up.
それを見せられてからだと、すごく嫌だ。
It's your Kagi, isn't it?
この辺とか。早速何かは。なんだろうこれ。何かふわふわした。泣いた。ひよこ。なんで天井裏にひよこがいるの？
One of the Niwatori dashed out to comment, walking like mad.
痛い。この子のお母さん？やめて。私は助けてあげたんだよ。次、ハイリーお願い。
My right hand's covered in literal unko, so now's your turn, Lefty. Let's see. Let's check here. There's something here. Oh, this is
女の人が写ってるね。
oh. I felt the chill run down my spine.
探し物はそれなの？
Yeah, this isn't what it looks like.
なんでこんなところにそんな本が？
I'm sure some poor peasant lad just needed a place to stash his goods.
詳しいね。ハイリにもそんな経験が？
Yeah, then. Anyway, what's up with this place? It's like a Pandora's box of nonsense.
そんなところあまり掃除しないから。でもそうなると鍵が残ってる可能性も高いね。
Oh? What do we have here? I fished out a little cloth bag. Something hard poked from inside. Is this our guy?
これって
Sure enough.
やったー。それ何？
Anyone would be surprised over some random kagi coming out of the chicken coop. A kagi.
見たらわかるけど、島の秘密を隠した宝箱を開けるための鍵なんだよ。面白そうだね。でしょ？
Kamame leaned forward excitedly.
一緒に探そう。いや。
No hesitation. Kamame turned to stone.
いきなり言われても困るよね。
That's just how she is. Don't let it get to you. She even called me Descoy. You know what Descoy means?
知ってるけど、一体何したらそんなに嫌われるの？女の子が男の子にドスコイって言うなんて、よっぽどだよ。
Anyway, about those, Cap Whiskers with it. Hige Neko, whatever. I feel like I'm starting to get wired, the leader.
そうかな？
You had a strange assertiveness about you.
そうかな？買いかぶりだと思うけどな。ただ私は友達が欲しかっただけ。私は内気で声をかけられない子だった。10年前、そんな私を心配して親がサマーキャンプに参加させてくれたの。
You know what? If Aikome was a bit longer, if they made it a much more longer VN, I'm pretty sure Ina's backstory would be something similar. Except before she they would describe her as something as a girl like that because she spent her time hearing everyone's thoughts. So she kept to herself a lot. So she was whatever. Let's continue.
ちょうど私のお父さんもこの島でフィールドワークがあったから、家族揃って1ヶ月滞在したんだ。
Huh. That's what you meant, and that's when you meant the kids who hid these kagi.
そうだよ。
Kama's eyes relaxed wistfully. They pointed towards the soda, but saw something far beyond it. That blissful expression spoke volumes about how much she cherished those memories.
あの頃、いつも一人で本ばかり読んでた。それで両親に勧められてサマーキャンプに参加したんだけど、最初は嫌でしょうがなかった。家族でこの島に滞在することになったから、みんな合宿所で一緒なのに、私だけ家から学校に通うみたいにして毎朝顔を出して、いろんなグループができていく中で、私はなかなか馴染めなかった。仮病を使ってサマーキャンプもサボったりしてた。それがバレてこっぴどく怒られて、最初はこんな島、早く出て行きたくてしょうがなかった。無理やり連れてきたお父さんとお母さんのことも恨めしく思ったよ。そんな時、お父さんの部屋で一枚の地図を見つけたの。お父さんは学者さんでね、この島の歴史について調べていたみたいなんだけど、お父さんが島を回りながら携帯している地図があったの。私には絶対見せてくれなかったけど、その地図は
机の奥に大事にしまわれていて、私はお父さんがいない隙にそれを見つけたんだ。地図にはこの島の全体図が描かれていたの。それで、一箇所、大きく赤いバッテン印が記されてたの。
待って。What are you doing just casually scrounging around your parents' room? Did they not lock the door?
鍵はちゃんと外したよ。
Excuse me?
無理やり連れてこられて、サマーキャンプに参加させられて、ストレス溜まってたの。そのくらい許されるべきだよ。まあいいじゃない。大事なのはそんなところじゃないでしょ。どこまで話したかな。あ、そう。地図には赤いバッテン印がしてあって、そこには簡単なメモが書かれていたの。トレジャー、財宝って。私は急いでその地図を書き写したんだよ。数日間じっと地図を眺めてた。それで、そこに行ってみようって思ったんだ。でもそこは山を越えなくちゃいけないような場所で、大人に行きたいって言っても反対されるに決まってた。だけど、一人じゃ怖かったから。
So, you decided to invite others.
でも私、友達とかいなかったから、誰に声をかけたらいいかわからなくて。
So, what did you do? Talk to the nicest looking kid you could find?
とりあえず、一番頼りになりそうな子に声をかけることにしたの。
Practical.
彼の名前はタカ。
I remember the first time I read this.
ちょっと怖そうだけど、運動のできる子だったよ。
This is so bait. Just have to remember how much bait this is. I do like the setup. I really do like the setup. I really got caught by that. I really got caught by the surprise of this route. I'm not gonna lie. You can refer to the recordings for proof.
これ見て！何これ？この島の地図？そう！このバッテンの場所まで行きたいの。何かあるのか？お宝。何それ？嘘だろ？そんなものあるわけがない。だから、それを確かめに行こうよ。なんで俺なんだよ。運動神経が良さそうだから。危ないことが起こっても、なんとかなりそう。危険が起きてなんとかなるとしても俺だけだぞ。私もついでに、なんとかしてくれそう。無茶言うな。お前誰なんだ？私はカモメ。カモメ？めんどくさ。ねえ、お願い。俺よりもっと役に立つやつがいるぞ。誰？役に立つというか、面白いやつだな。面白いやつ？おーい！何か。どこから現れたの？今、天井から降ってきたよね。秘密なり。こいつは忍者なんだ。まだ見習いなり。すごい。こいつが山に向かうらしい。子供だけで山へ行くのは禁止されているなり。もっと言ってやれ。我は言ってるけど。ダメじゃん。隠された財宝を見つけに行くんだが、罠が仕掛けられていて大変なんだってさ。私そんな話はしてないよ。罠。修行にうってつけ。とても興味深いなり。協力してくれるの？ぜひ。じゃ、俺はそういうことで。あなたもだよ。こいつが協力してくれるって言ってんだからいいだろ。ちょっといいかい？君たちが何かよからぬことを企んでいるように見えたからね。委員長としては捨ておけない。 宝物を探しに行くだけだよ。宝物？誰の？誰のかわからないけど。何か大事なものがあるはずなんだよ。
Wait, suddenly when I saw this kid, I suddenly remembered Robbie. We're gonna read her route. We're gonna start her route tomorrow. Oh wait, it's already 12. We're gonna start her route later. Don't worry. We're gonna start her route later.
さっき、宝物の話してた。
No way. My brain is. I'm having a morb moment. Like I'm thinking, wait a second. I'm seeing hallmarks of how Niijima Yuu ended up creating fucking Aiko Man from here.
私も手伝ったら、それ、もらえるのかな？
Yeah, it's reminding me of Shinobu for some reason. It's not good.
金が欲しいのか？
Yeah, it's like. Wait a second. Yeah. It's like. They turn Takai to Kasui. No, I'm morbing right now. Let me continue.
ちょっとそんな聞き方。お金が欲しい。大歓迎だよ。女の子のメンバーも欲しかったし。ごめん。もういたね。気にするなり。気にするの？気にするなって言ってるの？そうやって集まったんだ。
Yeah?
どうしたの？何か気になるの？
Nah, it just feels like I had a similar conversation myself. Well, to set up for this.
冒険したことあるの？
Nope. I guess that's just how all kids make friends.
かな？
とにかく What happened after that?
それは、ちょいちょい。
What?
耳を貸して。
I have a bad feeling about this. I leaned in.
続きはまた今度。じゃ
Oi! You can't do that!
ん。こういうのは引っ張った方が楽しいじゃない。全部話すと、ハイリー満足して手伝ってくれなくなりそうだし。
I wouldn't know. Oh, fine. Tell me more next time, alright?
約束。今日はありがとう。
No problem. And off she goes, with that bulky suitcase behind her. A treasure map. Jeez, look at you, Hyrie. Getting like a school kid. Time to go home. Time to go home, but it's still that we still have afternoon things to do. Right. Inari.
お兄ちゃん、
どうしたの？
かゆいの。
Bitten again?
薬塗ってくれる？
Oh no. I snuck a glance at Kyoko-san out of the corner of my eye. Spare me, please. Kyoko-san eyed the telephone. I smelled danger. Umi-chan, why did you have Kyoko-san help you?
うん。
She readily nodded, then went over to her. It made me feel a little lonely. A quiet night. While listening to the gentle chirps of the insects and the comfort of my futon, I fell deep in thought. Darkness blanketed the room, and I itched scream on Umi-chan. But if I did, Kyoko-san would have definitely fallen with this. Your son is trying to solve, small child. Why did Kyoko-san do the same thing when he, remember when Umi-chan wanted him to... you're given the option to, go to the go have a bat with Ui-chan. I kind of forgot that. Whatever. I can see it now. Then I'm whisked off back home. Nope. No thanks. I decided I should practice a bit of self-discipline moving forward. Such thoughts filled my head until I eventually fell asleep. Jesus Christ, Heidi. Damn, I really need to find a bed sheet. Oh shit, I see the hole in my bed sheet right now. I have a second bed sheet, but I haven't. Yeah, I need to buy a new one anyway. Let's look at it. I also have a spare one. I have a spare one, but I need to wash it. Yeah. Oh well. Various acai sat on the table. Carrots, cucumber, radishes, nasu. Nasu. Umi-chan, what is this?
朝ごはん
These are raw vegetables.
新鮮だよ
At least they're healthier than cup udon, I guess. Well, let's at least cut them up.
そのまま
You're saying we should bite straight into
そ
them?
の方が美味しいって木戸のおばあちゃんが言ってた朝取れたてだって
Huh. Island things.
いただきます
Itadakimasu. Rub-a-dub-a-dub-dub. I'll bite the chunk out of the cucumber.
パキッとして美味しい
No kidding. It's like a blast of freshness in my mouth. Yeah, fresh vegetables are a different breed. If you taste like really good vegetables, they're really good. I don't know why.
人参甘い
Oh, ninjin. Okay, now I forgot the Japanese for carrots. Ninjin. Umi-chan, the radishes are too. It's radish in Japanese.
この野菜でチャーハン作ったらすごく美味しくなる
Yes, you can make them with the chahan. Nope, you gotta eat them raw.
そうなの
They're more nutritious that way too.
は
Turns out, thus our asagohan imparted us with positive island vibes. After asagohan, Umi-chan rushed out to play, so I sat alone in the living room. Let's see how the shed's doing. The moment I step outside, a blanket of sweltering hot air and cicada buzzing enveloped me. Semitori. More so than my asphalt-covered home, dirt filled much of the scent in the air. It smelled inexplicably familiar. Strange. This sensation should have been alien to me before coming here. Shigi. Huh? The shed stood silent. Maybe Kyoko-san wasn't around. Correct, she wasn't. Could be she went to a meeting or out somewhere. But man, look at all this stuff. I took a proper look at everything. Everywhere I laid my eyes saw ancient withered objects and aged wicker baskets that betrayed their years. How would you organize all this? Split them between need and don't need? Group them by age? It'll be a monumental task no matter what you choose. Was a single Natsuyasumi enough time to even go through it all? I suppose that's where I came in. As if I touched a single thing in here, to be fair. I'm kind of scared to touch anything. In the end, I can only sit and wait for Kyoko-san's command. Guess I'll go kill some time. Island stroll. A new daily habit of mine I picked up. Oh, it's one of those days. Oh, it's one of those days. Have to go then.
お
お兄ちゃん
What's up?
9時からラストファイト
Last bite.
うんラストファイトだから
And off she went to the Opuro. What? Last fight starts at 9. Between me and Umi-chan? Maybe she wants to play or something. The clock read 9. Umi-chan was... fast asleep. Am I supposed to wake her up?
お兄ちゃん。はい、come on.
Nah, it looks like she's already fighting in dreams. In that case, I should just let her sleep.
あら、海ちゃん寝ちゃってるのね。
I'd actually tuckered herself out.
見たい映画があったんだけど、音量小さくしてみようかな。
That should be fine. Kyoko-san turned on the television. What movie is it?
ラストファイトっていうアクション映画よ。
Last Fight. Could this have been what Umi-chan wanted to see? In that case, I had to wake her up. Or so I
さ
thought.
て行くか戦場へ。
行かないで。
I like how that's the Shokodo guy. He's also in fucking Aiko as that guy in the Suiseiko. Smooch. A rather robust kiss scene graced the screen. I'd say it was a little too early for Umi-chan to watch this kind of thing. Thus I gave up on waking her up. Kyoko-san and I silently watched the scene together. This is awkward. That night, I had a Yume. Okay, here we go. I was waiting for this. Choo! I was kissing my Makura. Thanks, movie. But just who was it I was kissing in my Yume? I must have been smooching my Makura in real life, but there was definitely someone there in my Yume. Someone I was making out with. Remember. Ore? The person I was kissing was... It was Hamame. Guys, we won. We won. This never happened to me. This never happened to me until now. We won. Holy shit. This is the best day ever. On her birthday, by the way. God, she's just so elegant. Holy shit. No, seriously, this is the first time. Like, if you look at the VODs, we never got her until now. Holy shit. This is amazing. This year's amazing. This is bad. Let's just sleep. I shut my eyes. Chew. I had to remember the fucking Wiki route. Yeah, that was the first time. I think that was the first time ever. Amazing. Oh, hiya.
お兄ちゃん
Umi-chan pitter-pattered her way over to me. What's wrong?
ほら、見て
Umi-chan excitedly held a card with a bunch of little stamps up to my face.
ラジオ体操
Ah, oh yeah. I remember. Raja Taisa doing that sort of thing. The person in charge would walk around and stamp everyone's cards we wore around our necks.
解禁賞まっしぐら
She looked downright ecstatic.
京子さん見て
She ran over to show Kyoko-san next, overflowing with excitement. Was I like that back when I was a kid?
お兄ちゃんも一緒に来ればよかったのにね
Well, how about next time?
次わかった
Even I knew how careless that was to say. Suki. I couldn't guarantee I'll be here next summer. Okay, what's on the ticket for today? Umi-chan went out to play. Kyoko-san was still working on the shed. And I fell back on good old island strolling. It's amazing because we're going for her route. This is appropriate for today's playthrough. Yo.
やあ
I found Kaume waiting for me in the same spot as always. She's still wearing the uniform. It's amazing. Huh?
何？
You. I gave Kaume a quick over once.
無ご法かな。
Damn right. She fidgeted as her cheeks flushed red. What's the...
君の口癖だよ。
With that I could.
え
You're still wearing that 制服.
うん確かに
Is that a revelation for you?
返した方がいいのかな。
If you like it, why not keep it? She was trying to get rid of it anyway.
そうなんだ。でも処分に困ってたってなんでかな。
Sada!
ん
Just hang on to it.
いいのかな。やった。
Hey, so I've been thinking. You and your friends promised to meet 10 years later to open that chest, right? I figured it got to be around here exploring somewhere like us.
うん実はそれを期待してるんだけどでも今のところは見つからないね。
Did any of the kids stay in the island after summer camp ended? Any from your group?
みんな島の子じゃなかったからね。
Okay. The summer camp had been hosted for kids from all around the nation. It's not the reason to go home when it ended. But with how small an island this is and how local an event it was, they couldn't have been from too far away. Did you not get their contact information?
だけどでも今は音信不通。
10 years will do that, I guess. I didn't remember any of my friends I played with or promises I made from back then either. That's just how kids are. Maybe they're here, and we've just been missing each other.
そうだね。
Now, the fourth and final Kagi. I opened her notebook. In the heavenly castle where the eagle lives. More cryptic messages. The heavenly castle where the eagle lives. A castle of birds above the trees.
鳥の王様が住む場所ってことだね。
Yeah. Toris Osama? Wait, no. I waved my hand in front of my face in denial. There's no bird of the autocracy.
違うの？
I was thinking that the heavenly castle might be talking about a birdhouse or torikago or something. Kago? Torikago? No, bird. That's a bird cage.
巣箱。
Oh, yeah, that's the whatever the term is. You know how bird watchers set them up to attract birds.
ああ、あるね。
巣箱確かに見たことがあるな。
About how many?
どうだろうな。2、3個だったと思うぞ。
Doko?
ここからそう離れていないが、巣箱がどうしたんだ？
鍵をそこに隠したの。
ん？
Ignore her.
彼女は
福島かもめです。
どうも。
卓球やってるの？
あ
面白そう。ちょっとやっていいかな？
あ、悪いが遊びじゃないんだ。
いいからいいから打ってみて。
しょうがない。悪いが性格上手加減はできないぞ。
どんとこい。
Through this word, he didn't hold back.
見えなかった。高速？
Yeah, right.
さすがに言い過ぎだ。が高速に近くはある。
I remember when they played Shimapong. That was like the day after the first episode of Summer Pockets. Then I did a Shimapong stream. Then Hayari got so good in Shimapong that Tenzin was like, what a surprise! Hayari eventually got so good at Shimapong. Yeah, sure.
すごいすごい。どうやったらあんな高速スマッシュ打てるの？
高速スマッシュか。まあ特訓の賜物といったところかな。
特訓すごい。
特訓はあくまで手段であって結果が伴わなければすごくもなんともない。
結果出てるじゃない。高速スマッシュ。
そうだな。
特訓すごい。
特訓 すごい。卓球台好きに使ってくれ。
We made for the place Tenzin told us about.
あったあれじゃないかな。
Oh! Looking up, I spotted a couple of square bird houses sitting high in one of the trees.
でも話に聞いた通りいくつかあるね。全部調べる？
Nah. It'll be a little too exhausting to climb every single tree and investigate every last one. We gotta play it smart. It's a birdhouse that's been around for a decade. In which case, it's gotta be that one, right? Obviously, the answer is the most dilapidated birdhouse. And if you choose the other tree, for some reason, in this entire VN, this is the only way you could get a bad ending. I don't know why. Of all routes, this is the only one that has a concept of a bad ending. It is so interesting. If you... Okay, maybe we could do it quickly. Yeah, it's been ages. Look at that. Last time we read was like May. Why were we reading in May? I don't understand the Christmas one. I don't understand why we were reading in May. May. Yeah, maybe I was preparing for something. What the fuck? I have so many saves. Why was I reading during May? Let's pick the numbers. 6, 7. This 6, 7. So the answer here is the most dilapidated birdhouse. We'll deliberately choose a bad ending.
やっぱり王様というからには一番大きな箱かな。
Right.
じゃああれとか。
Yeah. Let's give it a climb. That said, how do we do this? It was at the top of a tree. So many as many a birdhouse often is. There was no other choice but to climb.
じゃあ行ってきます。
Kawami took the initiative and stepped forward. Hey, hold on! I realized something, and suddenly I wasn't easy.
何？
You're climbing that?
何か問題が？
Well, Kawami held down her skirt and scrolled backwards.
パンツが見えると。
I didn't say that! Either way, I should be the one to go.
私別にハイリのパンツ見たくないけど。
Again, that's not what I'm talking about. I just think it'll be better for a guy to do this than a girl. In general, I mean.
ありがとう。じゃあお願いします。
No problem. No problem, I say. When was the last time I climbed a damn tree?
頑張って。
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. How many cheered me on?
もう少しだよ、ハイリー。
It's amazing how this bad ending works. Okay. I felt a strange sensation. My palms were sweating. And there's spaghetti. Anyway, no way. Is it not the water that triggers it? I stopped where I was to calm myself down.
ハイリー。
The more I told myself to relax, the harder my heart pounded, louder and louder, echoing in my ears. Please stop. Please, I don't want your expectations. I'm nothing but a failure. Please stop. Ha! What's got into me? Now isn't the time for this. I felt myself slip from the shallow foothold I rested on. It happened in an instant. And that's the end of my story. I lost my balance. My hands shot out, but grasped only air. Just like before. Everything is beyond my reach. Someone was frantically shouting my name, just like before. I like how they got to the bad ending really quickly. After being discharged by the Byoin, Kyoko-san went deadly pale upon seeing me. Broken bone, apparently.
重傷だね。
I'd really appreciate it if you didn't contact my parents, but that's out of the question, I assume. She fell into thought, sympathy in her expression.
さすがにこれはね。
At least let me go back by myself. Go back by myself. My parents coming to pick me up is one thing I'd rather avoid.
一人で帰れるの？
I'll manage. It's just a ferry, a train, then a taxi. Oh, right. So I fell from a tree and blacked out, I think. But who was the one that found me? She looked confounded.
女の子が呼びに来たんだよ。
A girl?
うん。大きなスーツケースを引いた子。
Suitcase? Who could that be?
知り合いじゃないの？
I don't really remember. She doesn't ring a bell. You know, one of the things why I wanted to see this bad ending is because remember how I've been pointing Ina's route as super, like, reminds me of Conway? I think the whole mechanic about, like, her being forgotten kind of connects here. Just remember when, for some reason, when you, when they go to the cave later on, they see the boat, and then Kame just goes like, "Oh no, I remember everything now. Oh Harry, I have to disappear." And then everyone who saw and encountered Kame just straight up for some reason forgot she existed, except for Harry. Yeah. I wonder if they're doing the same mechanic, but Niijima Yuu didn't have time to be like, I'm gonna flesh out the whole thing. But anyway, I know plenty of girls that live in the island, but none of them had a suitcase.
その子から伝言を預かってるよ。
Ringo?
ごめんねって。
She's sorry. And that's the end of my story. I left the island cradling my arm, now confined to a hardened cast. What was I even doing climbing a tree in the first place? I couldn't remember. A girl with a suitcase. I hadn't had the foggiest idea. I felt something hard poking at me from inside my pocket. Kagi. There was 3 of them. What were they for? Kagi. Maybe one day I'll come back to this island. Maybe I'll do some investigating and figure out what they opened. Maybe. But somehow I knew I would never come back to this island again. That was a really quick bad ending. Alright, let's go do the right ending. I mean, the right choice. We're so far off from the ending, obviously. Dilapidate.
なんで？
Actually, I kind of forgot like the specifics of why she decided to just like, you know what, I'm just gonna make him forget about me, you know. I mean, he fell. She ended up moving him to the Byoin. She felt guilty about the whole thing, and then she decided to make her existence, you know, make herself forget, be forgotten by Harry. Anyway, let me try to remember the exact reason. I kind of forgot already. That's the oldest looking out of all of them. Given that it's supposed to have been here for a decade, I think that's the one. That said, how do I do this? It was the top of a tree, as many birdhouse often is. There was no choice but to climb.
じゃあ行ってきます。
Kame took the initiative and stepped forward. Hey, hold on! I realized something and suddenly I wasn't easy.
何？
You're climbing that?
何か問題が？
Well, Kame held down her skirt and scrolled backwards.
パンツが見えると。
I didn't say that. Either way, I should be the one to go.
私別にハイリのパンツ見たくないけど。
Again, that's not what I'm talking about. I just think it would be better for a guy to do this than a girl. In general, I mean.
ありがとう。じゃあお願いします。
No problem. No problem, I say. What was the last time I climbed a dang tree?
頑張って。
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Kame cheered me on. As I climbed, I got a strange feeling. This weird sensation I'd been asked to climb a tree like this before. I wonder when that was. I managed to reach the bird. Yeah, you know what? I don't get what's the difference between those two, because I don't get it. It felt like because in the bad end somehow his fear triggered, and here it did not trigger. Like, what was that? He knew. What was that? Subconsciously, he knew he was doing something wrong. Thus, his fear of expectation suddenly just triggered by itself. And here it was just like, I managed to reach the birdhouse, because he didn't even get to this point where he reached the birdhouse, because while he was climbing, he suddenly had that moment where he felt like someone was expecting something out of him, but felt he was doing something wrong, and the weight of expectation just crushed him. Meanwhile, here he just like, just because it's like he had his own self. I don't get it, man. I don't get the trigger. Other than we picked the wrong option. What does that mean? Does Hayuri have an internal thing that says, "Oh, you messed up picking the right choice"? So yeah, I'm gonna trigger your trauma thing. All right, I stuck my hand inside. It was cleaner than I expected. I had been more prepared to reunite with my good old friend, Torino Unko. Ah, there, the Kagi. What do you know? Gah! What? I heard a shrill shriek behind me. For a second, I thought it was Kami's cheers of happiness, but goals, Taoist, don't go caw as I remember. Caw! Evidently, the bird has still had a tenant. Caw! Ita! Yabe! The foot I was leaning on slipped from under me. I lost my balance and down I went. I went tumbling headfirst through the air. This might kill me. That was the only thing I could think about as I reached out the ever-receding sky. Something felt faintly soft. No, not faintly, extremely. Okay, here's the thing. So yeah, well, the difference between the good, where he ended up not getting the bad ending, was he was able to reach the birdhouse. During the bad ending, for some reason, his PTSD just randomly triggered, because I don't know. Like, the scenes before that is basically the same for both. If you pick the right choice and the bad choice, you know what I mean? Like, I was expecting like a little more line just saying something didn't feel right. At least it had like something like something didn't feel right about this. No, he said it both. He said it. He said it both that he felt uneasy, but there was nothing that made it more obvious about like why his PTSD would trigger, because that's kind of weird. I felt that was, yeah, that's unexplained. It's just like, yeah, this is like, it just happens because you didn't pick the right choice. How do you explain that in the game, in the context of the story? Like, it would have been better if, like, he felt uneasy, and then maybe I don't feel right about the option I chose, but I went anyway. Just adding like that, just like a difference between the bad choice and the good choice was like, I felt uneasy, but like as if I wasn't sure about choosing this, something like that. Just a single line. I don't know, maybe I don't know. Maybe the Japanese version has something like a line like that or something, or maybe not at all. Now, okay, now let's move out from the part where you decide now you got the good choice, the bad choice, lead up. He fell in both cases. Why is it in the bad choice? Uh he doesn't fall He doesn't land on Kamome. Instead, he just blacks out entirely. Meanwhile, here it's like he obviously falls on Kamome. He breaks something, but he doesn't. Kamome doesn't feel. Well, okay, maybe the difference is. No, wouldn't it be like he's already higher up? Because he was already at the birdhouse when on the good choice. And the bad choice, he was in the middle of mid climb before he slipped. He should be in a lower position. I don't know, man. Whatever. I'm not gonna think too hard about this. Game logic, whatever. This is
大丈
because I'm wondering how come Kame wasn't able to help out Heidi when he fell down on the bad choice. Maybe Kame just didn't have time to react? Question mark? I don't know. Kamame? Did you just catch
夫
me?
なんとか
Baka! Hoka, are you trying to get yourself killed?
受け止めないとハイリが死んでたよ
You're making a mountain of a molehill. She really wasn't. That could have ended very badly, depending on how I hit the ground. Don't be so reckless.
こんなの無茶のうちに入らないよ
This girl sure got guts. This is a very strange expression. She has a smiling expression for something like this scene. They really need to work on their expressions, man. I think I saw something in Anime that has the equal looking expression, so I'm like, yeah. Jeez. But thanks. I reached down to pull myself up. Yeah!
どうした
My arm!
の折れてるんじゃないの
Maybe. To be fair, you had to be pretty dang lucky to make it out of a fall like that with only a broken arm. Yeah, okay, so he does end up with a worse injury. Obviously, he ends up in a worse injury in the bad end. And I can imagine Kame was like, oh no, I can't bring this guy around anymore. I feel guilty about the whole thing. I don't know. How come she wasn't able to catch him on the bad choice? Maybe because she wasn't in a good spot? But I don't know. There wasn't even a line of her like him thinking about, oh, Kame is looking intently at me or kind of close by. So we don't, it just happens because you chose the right choice. Either lucky or have Kame to cushion you.
誰か呼んでくるよ
No, there should be a clinic not far once we go down the mountain. Let's head there.
じゃあどうぞ
Kame patted her suitcase.
これに乗って
Huh? You don't have to do that.
乗って
Hopping. Kame wasn't having any modesty, so he caved at her persistence. My arm was my only serious injury, but the suitcase jostling made sure I was well aware of the numerous other aching bruises and joints. It beat walking, at least.
ごめんね
About what?
手伝わせて怪我させちゃった
Yeah. Heidi being far more injured than his current state right now would really put Kame and be like, oh man, I felt responsible for ending his summer vacation, so I might as well just be forgotten. It's whatever. You weren't ordering me like some robot. I got feelings.
好きって私のことが
How is she thinking like this right now? I mean, she's right, but like, no. What I mean is, I had fun, so it's no big deal.
楽しいよかった
Although I think at the anime, like I think the lead up for them to have romantic feelings wasn't as good as how they did in the VN, but whatever. At that point, they were speed running. You're lucky, you know.
何が
You have memories from so long ago that you still cherish.
そうだね。
So what happened next? You made a bunch of friends. Then what? Tell me the rest. It might help distract me from the pain. You went looking for the treasure.
そうだよ。
Then what? You went all the way to the mountains only to turn back? Either that or I bet their parents found out. That was usually how these childhood Boken turned out.
ううん。地図が示す場所まで行ったよ。山を抜けて、洞窟に入って、
Wow, not bad for some kids. And
見つけたよ。
the secret of the island?
そう
And that was...
知りたい？
I mean, yeah.
じゃあ、ちょっと待って。先にこの箱を開けよう。
Here? Koko? She brought out the takaramono from her suitcase. Remember, he was still sitting on that thing. Into each of their respective locks, Kame trusts all the 4 Kagi. Clack, clack, one by one they fell. And then... Inside we found... Chizu? Could it... Moshikashite? Is this the one you told me about?
そうだよ。
It was real. A drawing of what looked to be the island, filled with a yellow page. The very same page Kami used to follow her Gosan's Shisu all those years ago. It was more than a little distorted, and the childish scribbles here and there only made it harder to read. A memento of the past, a relic of Kami's childhood adventure. Upon which stood out a big red X marking the spot. Marking the destination Kame and her gang set out for adventure. Boken.
よかった。まだあったんだ。
Kame lifted her head. Tears rested in the corner of her eyes.
本当はね、見つけるのは難しいかなって思ってたんだ。
I can understand why. A full decade had passed, yet through it all, the Shisu and its Kagis remained, waiting to be
で
found.
も、ハイディが協力してくれて、こうして見つかったよ。
She held the Shisu to her chest, tenderly, affectionately. I'm glad things worked out. So, what was it? The thing you guys found. The secret of this island. I thought we'd find it in the chest. But it was just a Chisu.
私たちが見つけたものは、とてもこの箱の中には入らないよ。
It's that big?
すっごく大きいの。
Must be some crazy treasure.
すごいの。
So, what exactly was it? You know what? I actually wonder how the... Remember at the end of this route, when Hyrie sent the letters and people went to the island? How did they end up at the cove? Like, no one else had to go through the whole Boken thing, you know? They never had to find the Chisu and the Kagi and all that. Did Hyrie just wrote, all right, go to this cavern and then keep heading towards the end. Is that what happened? Like, can't remember, but I think he never mentioned anything about like straight out just go to the tavern and just get out there and just wait in front of the boat thing.
ほら、ここに書いてあるよ。
Hmm? There was a little hand-drawn picture next to the X. The secret to the island. Kame and her gang's great discovery. A boat? You found a boat? Islands typically have a few of those.
ちっち。
Stop clicking your tongue at me like some kind of bird. That's not how Kame sound.
ただの船じゃないの。
The comic girl ignored me. Which means...
それはね。
Kame stared at me intently. Huh, I won't fall for that anymore. You're just getting my hosa before you hit me with another Oh, you'll have to find out yourself, aren't you?
え
I know you.
今回はちゃんと教えてあげようとしたよ。
What? Maji.
ほんと。
Okay, I'm all ears then. Lay it on me.
そうだったら、教えてあげようかな。
Mm. We blush in unison. For some reason.
では、改めて、5分。私たちはこの地図をたどって、島の外れまで行ったの。山を越えて、洞窟を抜けて、長い旅だったよ。
Oh wait, sorry. I realized I could answer my own question. It's because it was based on the book, so obviously they followed whatever was written in the book, and the island was structured in a way that follows the book, so they could go through the cavern. Okay, I'm dumb for forgetting that. The route drawn on the Chizu did seem to match up with her account. At the very end of it, the island's outskirts was a beach, nestled along a jagged coastline. This place is pretty small, though.
子供にとっては大冒険だったの。
Makes sense.
それで、地図が示す場所に、たどり着いたの。そして、見つけたの。
Yeah?
海賊船
Yo, they play this, man. A what? A pirate ship? And Skull and Bones kind?
その海賊船
On this Shima? Are you sure it wasn't, like, for tourists?
ちゃんとしたやつ
A Japanese one? What did it look like?
ドクロマークがあるやつだよ。ヨーロッパとかに浮いてそうな船。
After thinking for a second, I drew something in the notebook. Albeit very shakily, drawing with your non-dominant hand is hard, but I got the idea across. A huge, magnificent pirate ship, sails unfurled, the kind anyone would recognize from anime or movies.
そうそう、こういうの。
That sorete. I thought for a bit more, then looked straight at her. You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
嘘じゃない。
She looked sincere. But we're sure it wasn't some old ship. Boat. That kind of looked like a pirate ship. Oh man. I just realized this line was really nicely set up.
とっても古くて大きな、ちゃんとした海賊船だよ。
You're such a liar.
もう、さっきから嘘って失礼だよ。
嘘つく。
ほんとだって。
But like, if someone found something like that, there'll be a huge fuss over it.
見つかってないから、大騒ぎになってないんだよ。
What are you talking about? You just said you guys found it.
私たちは、あの時船を見つけて、けど訳あって、すぐに引き返さないといけなかったの。それで、翌日にはサマーキャンプも終了して、みんな離れ離れになって。
Sumare is just sitting there, same as when you left it. If what you said is really true, then it might still be there.
あるはずだよ。他の人が見つけたらニュースになってるはずだし。
Exactly. The islanders would know about it at least. I hadn't heard a thing about any pirates, meaning it could still be there, untouched.
あの日、海賊船を見つけた私たちは、10年後、また船を見つけようって約束して、そのまま別れたの。
That's why you came back. 10 years later, June and I, after all this time.
鍵も地図も、ちゃんと残ってた。だから、行くよ。もう一度、海賊船がある場所まで。ハイリも一緒に来てくれる？
I felt myself falling deeper and deeper into Kana's rabbit hole. But honestly, I couldn't deny the excitement welling up within me. The centuries-old pirate ship, tucked away in some corner of this tiny speck of land, untouched, undiscovered. Are you sure?
何が？
You and your friends were the one who found it. I'm just some outsider. Is it really okay for me to tag along?
部外者なの？
Aren't I?
は
She thrusts her hand out of me.
握手
What?
握手
Right.
ハイリは大切な友達だよ
Probably one of her realest friends.
だから何も問題ないよ
That's so.
だよ
The way Kamame recounted her memories was warm, gentle, moving. Something about them felt unapproachable, like they weren't mine to enjoy. Part of me wondered if I was a weird one, though. Decade-old memories were just that. Ancient history.
ほらこっちも握手
Sure. A hand, a hakushu. But that's the bad hand.
ごめん
You did that on purpose, didn't you? Wasato.
しないよそんなことどうしたのそれ骨折
Thankfully, no. Just really badly sprained. It didn't stop them from wrapping me up in the cast, though. Yeah, in the bad end, it really got, it really broke an arm, so Kama is really, really feeling guilty about the whole thing. Wait, I was about to comment something and suddenly I forgot. Shit. What was that? I was about to comment something interesting. I had a thought about later on this route. What was that? Oh man, no, something I forgot about. I'll say it when I remember it. It made it look worse than it was. Wait, let me look at the previous conversation. Maybe I'll remember when I read a little bit more. Oh, okay, now I remember. I'm thinking about Hyri's. Remember, Hyri is obviously remember, Hyri is one of the people who sent the letters to Kamame, right? And Kamame would read all the letters sent to her Okasan, right? For the Shujinko Kamame. And coincidentally, it just so happened that Hyri was there in Torishirojima. Because I'm trying to remember, because we kind of skipped the prologue. Because obviously, I remember how Kamame is the one who called out to Hyri. Like, she straight up said Hyri, right? So she somehow knew it was Hyri, the one who sent the letter. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's some sort of supernatural thing going on. I mean, the beer factory is already astral projecting, but like, I'll not think about it too much, and just really thinking about like, if the reason I was thinking about this whole thing was I was trying to remember if Heidi was the most recognizable sender of the letter, or it just so happened that. How does the astral projection know that is no? Maybe I'm overthinking this now for something that you shouldn't think too hard. I mean, this is literally a story where magic just works, you know, and don't need explanations. It's just that I'm wondering how. I know, some sort of astral projection magic. I don't know, man. I don't know why I don't know why that's hitting me so much, because obviously, like, the astral projection has been here for a while. Remember that when Kamame's mom decided to go back to Japan to do stuff for her daughter, her suitcase just disappeared. That's how Kamame was able to astral project around the island, and then I don't know why she forgot. Maybe she. I shouldn't be thinking of this. We're still too early to be thinking about that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's continue.
お姉さんに知らせた方がいいかな。
Please don't. Please. Look, it's only a sprain.
そうは言っても、預かっている身としては。
Despite my cast being nearly impossible, I put my hands together and begged.
わかった。でも、ちゃんと直してね。
Yes, ma'am.
翼だけじゃなくて、腕まで折るなんて。
It's not broken.
翼って何？
It's nothing.
お兄ちゃんの腕が
Umi-chan shouted in surprise upon seeing my cast.
折れちゃったの？
No. Chikao.
痛い？
Not worse than I can handle. I'm fine, alright?
何して怪我したの？
I fell while climbing a tree.
怪我、腕だけ？他は大丈夫？
Yep. Daijobu.
ごめんなさい。私の責任です。え、誰？
そういえば、こちらの可愛らしいお嬢様は？
はじめまして、串間かもめです。
かもめさん。
ジョナサンと呼んでください。
What the fuck?
ジョナさん。
Where the heck did that come from?
今、事の次第を説明いたします。ハイリーさんには、私が幼少の頃に友達と隠した鍵のありかを探すのを手伝っていただいていました。そして、ある鍵が高い木の上にあるはずだと推理して、その木に登ることになったのですが、女性の私が登れば、自然、下着が垣間見えてしまうことを心配したハイリーさんは、蘇生して自分が登ると申し出てくれました。
I like how that's the most important detail she had to share.
あら、いい気遣いだね。
お兄ちゃん、紳士？
No, that's not how it went down.
あれ、違った？
All I said is, I thought it would be better for a guy to do it than a girl.
それはつまり、下着が見えるからって話じゃなかったかな。
Like how she's so hung up about her. We did mention Shitagi, but I wasn't the one who brought it up.
まあまあいいじゃない、どっちでも。
Fine, anyway, continue.
なんとか巣箱に隠された鍵を手に入れたハイリさんでしたが、
Kaiwa shot me a troubled glance.
下着のことが頭をよぎったのか、つい足を滑らせてしまいました。
You can keep your theories to yourself. What in God's name would I be thinking about the hypothetical Shitagi right as I get my hands on the Kagi?
私に登らせておけば、下に見れたかもしれなかったなーって。
What the hell is going on? Oh yeah, famous last words.
でも、じゃあなんで落ちたの？下着のことを考えていたとしか思えなくて。
We're not watching. Okay, but there must be other reasons I would fall besides Shitagi.
いきなりフラッと落ちてきたから、考えてみればなんでだろうなって。
I was attacked by a bird.
ああ、そういう次第です。
And that's the story. My ass, you got over half of it wrong.
鍵って何？タイムカプセルとか？海賊。
Something like that. I caught her out before things could get any more complicated.
タイムカプセルすごい！中身何？
Umi-chan was brimming with curiosity.
懐かしいわね。タイムカプセル。私も掘り起こしてみようかしら。
京子さんのタイムカプセル、中に何入ってるの？
過ちかしら。
What the hell? Kyoko-san, what the hell does that mean?
おー。
Deep.
今日は本当にごめんね。
Hey, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
それじゃあ、明日来るね。
どこ？
ハイリの家に。
なんで？
なんでって、そりゃあ、そう、
She fidgeted slightly. Don't have anything better to do. I won't be much fun with this arm, just so you know.
違うよ。私、しばらく、ハイリのお世話をするよ。
Say what? Oh no, I'm starting to feel hungry. But at the same time, it's 1:30. I'm thinking I'm gonna call it a day here. This can't be. I mean, I could have both. I could have... No, that's not good. Yeah, I'm thinking of ending here. Real question is, will I continue later today? I really want to get started with Romi's route today. I mean, I did say get started. I don't know how long I could read Romi's route. I should really start reading Aikome. I mean, I have to go through Romi's route. And then there's gonna be the true route, grand route. And then there's gonna be fucking Apollo Crisis, which I don't know how long it is, but it would probably be like, it's an entire VN. Oh shit. I want to get started reading Riru though. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna figure out when's the next time I'm reading this. Maybe later, so I could finish this. I mean, it's literally 4 today for me, so I could probably finish this later. How many hours have I been? 3 hours and 27 minutes. Yeah, I think the last... When I read Kamui's route for the first time, I did 1 full straight 7 hours of reading. But there were pauses. I remember I spent an entire Sunday just reading the whole route. I could probably finish it tomorrow, as long as I do a lot of reread. As long as I do a lot of Aikome reading. I really want to read it though. Honestly, let's not make it worse. Anyway, that's it for Summer Pockets right now. Hopefully I will continue later, but for real, I gotta get started with Aikome. We gotta get started. I really want to read it for real. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys at the next stream or upload. Ciao. I'm gonna use the Aikome ending sequence for today.
曜日の夜にお一人ですか？まったく情けないですね、兄さん。